Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Atlanta Community Open for October. This is qualifier number 1 of this incredible event brought to you by HyperX and Microsoft ATL. My name is Bass from the past, and join alongside me here today is the lovely Rome DMV. And Rome, I'm excited to get into this one, my friend. It is an incredible Thursday here, and we have got tons of Rocket League action coming up for us. I am excited, like I said. How are you doing on this fine Thursday, my friend?
I'm doing absolutely awesome. It's great to be here with you. You know, you're an absolute legend when it comes to this Rocket League thing. So it's just a pleasure to be here joining you today, man. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Can't wait to get into this action, man.
We're both very excited here because it's a brand new month and a brand new opportunity for a bunch of players to earn themselves a little bit of cash along the way. We've got a $175 qualifier here today, but we've got even more action up at the end of the month. Over $400 in prizes for the end of this month after 3 different qualifiers. This first qualifier, no different than any of the other months. It's going to be 3 teams that can make it through here as a final shot at that end. But we're going to have to see if we can get, maybe some different talent here. We've had some familiar faces, but as you guys can see on screen right now, we have got our first qualifier this week. We've got the next one next week at the exact same time, and then a third one on the 21st as well. It is going to be a 6 p.m. start every single time, and this is what they're playing for at the very end of this month. 350 goes to first place, 150 to second, and 50 to that third. A whole lot of money, a whole lot of different places here, Rome, and this is something you've got to be excited for, seeing Rocket League at a little bit of a more amateur level and giving them the opportunity to earn some cash like this. Always love to see it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Great chance for all these teams starting off fresh, whether you're brand new to the competitive scene in Rocket League or whether you just want to refine those skills. This is definitely a great way to do that. So, a lot of new faces to this week and, a couple of returning ones that we've noticed. So I'm definitely excited to see where the bracket's going to be, how it's going to be looking, and what these matchups are going to be looking like today.
It's going to be an interesting one. A whole lot on the line today as well. Like we mentioned, 175 just to the qualifier alone. 125 goes to first place. Second place taking $50 for themselves. It's a lot of good money on the line, and it's a lot of good teams that are going to be competing here today. And like we said, we're hoping we get to see some more familiar faces here. It might be a little bit difficult because with RLCS starting up this week, a lot of teams are getting prepared for that. A lot of teams are even playing in qualifiers right this minute, so maybe not necessarily the same guys as before, but I still have no doubt that we're going to see some incredible talent nonetheless. Let's hope that we can see some incredible talent here in week number 1 as well. We have got some really good teams that we already saw, and early favorites here, some of the teams that we had mentioned, or I guess the one team that is really the big star on this one is going to be MZU. That is going to be Amore and I believe Mizu. And Mizu's a bubble player in North America. And while they're not necessarily, the tippy top of the bubble play, they are very threatening at that. They're a very capable player, and I've got nothing but high expectations for them. But we're going to have to find out whether or not they can do exactly that. And I'm interested, if they want to try and get to that finish here, Rome, what are your keys to victory here today? What do you want to see these players displaying if they want to have a chance at winning?
Hey, timing is everything. What I want to see from these teams is having the right timings, whether it's the passes, whether it's the defending. 2v2s is so much more crucial than 3v3s when it comes to the timing. Everything has to be that more precise because you're a man down essentially on offense and on defense. So, I'm just really excited to see how these teams are going to be doing that, who's going to be able to do that the best today. And, it's going to be absolutely awesome. And like you said, that squad is definitely looking primed and ready. Looks like they are going to be going up against Revo and Tribunal. So that's going to be an interesting first matchup for sure for them. We just got to see if they're gonna be able to make it to the finals today, which I'm guessing that they will.
We've got full faith that this team is going to do just as well as we've seen them do every other weekend and every other event that they play in, but it's going to be a difficult road to get. There are 20 teams signed up for this one, so you got to get through multiple rounds if you want a shot at that finish and a shot at the money as well. And if you guys want to figure out a way to get a shot at this money, make sure to join us here. Hashtag ATLOpen, hashtag IATLGG. If you want to communicate with us on Twitter, and also go check out all of our socials. Go check out Skillshot on our socials on Twitter. Go check out HyperX and Microsoft ATL, our official partners here today, as well as CMG. Want to give a shout out to pretty much everybody that is involved here and make sure that you guys can get involved as well. Like we said, we're going to be looking through Twitter, looking through all of that, seeing what your thoughts about this wonderful event are. So make sure to, like we said, right below us, those hashtags, I believe, are on this side? Yeah, I think this side. Maybe not. I'm pointing the wrong way. Either way, it's below me. You can use those hashtags to communicate with us in the future and get to, tell us what you think about what's going to come up here. And, well, we're going to have to figure out what comes up here in our first matchup. Just trying to figure out which of the two teams are going to battle this one out. And, oh, wait, have we already figured out which team is going to battle this one out? Maybe not quite yet. Hoping that we get a little bit from production behind the scenes here. But if you had a chance, if you could, just pick any of these first-round matchups here of Rome, anyone that you'd want to, switch on over to, or is it just sort of, I'd like to see some action where it comes?
Yeah, I'd pretty much just like to see some action. All of these teams right here have just as equal a chance. Like you said, a lot of leagues starting up this right now. So, right now is more open than maybe any of the other qualifiers that we'll see. So, right now, I'm not even sure, man. I'm just excited to see any of these matches. There's a couple in round 1 and a couple in round 2 as well. So not exactly sure, but I'm excited to see Imzu for sure. So if we hop into that match, I'd be excited. But either way, I'm happy. So
we're going to have to find out if we can see them later in the bracket, because we have eventually now found our first matchup of the night. It is going to be Botat, I think is how it's pronounced, versus Blinding Binky. I got to say, you guys have made the alliteration here a little bit difficult to try and pronounce your names, but I appreciate it because it's going to be a good matchup no matter what. I have faith in the two teams in Shakur, and I believe it is... Oh boy, if we thought the names were hard, let's try the individual players. MK Abusala? I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that one, but luckily enough on the other side, we've got Blinding Binky and Zaruki as the two other players here. Zaruki and Blinding Binky, seemingly a little bit of experience here, at least on CMG, and they've gotten some winnings underneath their belts as well. Botat, a completely different team here, though. No experience behind them as far as we can see in tournament play, so maybe they get to be that surprise team that comes through here, just dominates competition out of nowhere, and then, just then, they actually become a name that we have to remember.
Yeah, exactly, and that's exactly what I was talking about. A lot of new faces, and right here's the best way to make a name for yourself. You're not going to get a better chance right now because, like you said, there's prize money on the line, free entry, it's open for everyone. You just love to see it, and, if they're able to have this upset right here, and it's going to be great for them for their overall resume, simply because they're going to be able to say, look, we came in first time, we're 0-0 on CMG right now, but guess what? We're going to be 0-1 after this first round, move on, get as much money as they can, because, at this rate, you got to get that first or second place if you want the highest seed possible. So, we'll just see how these teams fare today and if they're going to be able to shock the world.
We're going to have to find out. We're just getting this round 1 matchup underway here, but like we said, there are multiple teams in this qualifier, so much so that we're going all the way through, I believe, 5 rounds of play here just for that grand final. Once you make it into that grand final, that's where you're really in the money. So for a lot of these teams, as you mentioned, this is a chance for them to not only find those qualifying spots, but to get the money while it is here. We're not necessarily going to have as easy of a route in the next coming weeks if some of those teams that, we're trying to make it into our LCS don't make it into our LCS. Then all of a sudden, okay, yes, let's go play back in the Atlanta Community Open. And then it becomes a little bit more of a competitive back and forth here. And while I think that we're going to get a very competitive game here today, this might be the best chance they have, like you had mentioned previously here. So I've got faith in both of these teams to give us an absolute barn burner to start off this day, but we're going to have to find out. Early predictions here. Do you think that we're going to see the experienced team take this, or are you going to play for the wild cards here? Are you just going to shoot a shot in the dark and say that Botat is going to take this one, Rome?
Hey, look, man, I'm a new caster. I'm going to go with the new squad, man. I'm going to hype them up as much as possible. Botat, you got my support today, man. Let's see if you guys can pull it off. I'm excited to see it. It's my first time casting Rocket League, so, it might be their first time in competitive, so it might be a match made in heaven right here. Who knows, man? Might be a nice Cinderella story for them.
I'd love to see it. You always want to see the Cinderella story no matter what, where you go here. Blinding Binky, I might have to just take them, well, A, because I got to go opposed to you, Rome. We can't pick the same team. That's not fair to them. But also, again, right, a little bit of experience here. They've got some winnings in Zaruki, so we're going to have to find out. It sounds like we're a little bit split at this point, but I think we're ready with game number 1 of this fantastic series. This is a best of 3. I do need to remind you, as well as the audience and everybody else at home here, that there's not as much time for these guys to start this one on up, and starting off on the right foot is going to be huge, and apparently Botat have already done that. I think I saw a 1-0 there on the score line. Not sure if that was accurate or not, but it's not going to matter either way because there's the equalizer. Blinding Binky 15 seconds into this one, and they are all tied up yet again.
Yeah, that was just great teamwork right there. Able to drop it off right for his teammate right in front of the goal. That one pretty easy to put that one in. Blinding Binky up 1-0. Botat, you gotta get some momentum right now if you want to win this one. This one's already going to be on the side of Zaruki. He's going to be clearing this out. And that's not going to be working out as he passes it directly to Absola. And just like that, Botat able to strike on back.
Oh my word, and Botat already showing they've got that offensive prowess here. And Rome, I think we're going to be in for a little bit of an offensive showcase here. Both teams going to throw everything at that final third and see if they can find something that sticks. Right now, they both have found at least one thing that has stuck, but for Botat, they are up by 1 early and are going to try to maintain that past the 30-second mark. That's a lot easier said than done when Blinding Binky are pressing the issue here on offense. At 50-50, but is there a follow-up from any of the other teammates? No such luck. So Shakur can just play with this one out at midfield, wait for Zaruki to make a touch. Now Blinding with the follow-up, wants to go for a solo play. A little bit too heavy with that one, though. And again, it really is an offensive battle right now. This midfield presence we're seeing Rome really starting to develop.
Yeah, we're finally starting to see some defense out of these teams, but just as I say that, this might be... Oh, man, that was so close. Might be able to drop it off for his teammate coming across. No, it's going to be cleared out. Man, that was almost a really nice opportunity for Binky on the return.
Very close one, but not quite here. And that's usually what Rocket League in the first game is going to be, is the not quite, but almost there calls, because these teams are still warming up. This is the first round of this incredible event, and it is the first game of the first round at this point. So we might see a little bit of shoddy play here and there, but that is nothing to be ashamed of. These guys still getting their gears going, still seeing if they can find some success in their plays. And Blinding Binky getting very close to that good passing play. It's not the end of the offense. Back pass here. Binky trying to get this one out to Zaroku, but not quite able to do so. This is a really interesting back and forth so far here, though. It really feels like both teams are getting close to these shots, but just need a little bit more firepower when it comes to that final attack.
Yeah, and it feels like Blinding Binky right now is a little bit more coordinated with what they're trying to do, even though it does look like the side of Botat is up 2-1 currently. The side of Blinding Binky, they've been working together very well in the defensive end, not letting this side in Botat get very good pressure onto them, consistent pressure, I should say. They've been clearing out the ball very much so, and I'm pretty sure the ball has been on Botat's side for most of this round. It's been a while since a goal has been scored. We're seeing some great defense right now out of these two squads.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of patient play here, and that's usually what you see in game number 1 of a series like this, is both teams trying to focus on their defense, trying not to make those glaring errors that are going to leave them vulnerable in the back end. But unfortunately for Blinding Binky at this point, they've only got about 2 minutes to tie this one up, so they might need to take a risk here and there, try and push out past midfield, and they do that right now. Blinding Binky themselves actually has a chance to dribble here. Puts one underneath the top bar and into the back of the net. A fantastic shot, and we're all tied up yet again.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful shot there by Blinky. He was able to put that one right over the hood of that defender. He didn't stand a chance. And now we got ourselves a 2-2 with 2 minutes left. Man, this is going to be good. Now, we have seen Blinding Binky. They've been playing great defense, and maybe the patient play started to pay off, and it might. Ooh, man. So close right there. Was almost able to get a third goal. Would have put them in great position. Man, this is some close offense right now coming out of Blinding Binky. A lot of pressure right now coming out of this squad. And Botat is going to need to clear this ball out from their side if they're going to want to win it. They did dodge it. He might be able to drop it off for his teammate as he's going to be coming in. He's going to not be able to do that one.
Not quite, but they're getting very close here. It just kind of feels like Botat are trying their best to just get this offensive pressure together, but once they have, it doesn't really seem like they've got much of a plan right now, Rome. It feels like they're taking shots, but once the shot rings off, there's no follow-up. And speaking of which, this one cleared way out to the side, and by the time that we see a follow-up from the Botat side, we just don't see an actual shot. So I think Blinding Binky are starting to feel themselves a little bit here. They're getting settled down, starting to understand the pace of play, and are feeling just a lot more confident overall. Question is whether or not that can lead them to a victory, because with about a minute remaining, we are still technically tied up despite multiple opportunities on both sides. Maybe we've got a chance here. Blinding Binky trying to press into their opponent's half, but oh my word, what a demo by Salah. And now let's see if Shakur can follow this one up. Pass down to the center, intercepted, but there is still a chance at a shot, but MK not quite able to make the follow-up touch, and they'll have to go back to the drawing board as they retreat back into their own half.
Yeah, great defense by Zaruki right there. And right here, Blinding Binky as a whole, they've been doing a great job of keeping the ball off of their side. If it's ever on that orange side, they just boot that thing over and are going to keep it in play on this Botat side. Just in case anything crazy happens, they're going to have that advantage. Crossing it over again, another almost chance by them. As Zaruki was able to cross that one to his teammate, but his teammate wasn't able to finish, man. Binky was so close, but that's going to leave an almost open goal. And just like that, Shakur is going to be scoring, going up 3-2. 9 seconds remaining. My goodness, couldn't have been a closer call than that, as Zaruki barely going to be missing that one, trying to come across for the save.
Unfortunate for Zaruki, but sometimes you got to recognize it cannot be boost over ball. You've got to prioritize the defense, because in an instant like that where you've got 0 boost in the tank and you are rushing back, you need to make sure that you are prepared for the inevitable follow-up, and they were not quite. So Botat will take the lead in this series. They are on match point because in a best of 3, they just need to win 2 of them, and they're about to be able to do that because again, it just kind of feels like there was a lack of defense at that last play. We had been so complimentary of their defense throughout that entire game, but unfortunately, when it mattered most, a little bit lackadaisical on the rush back and no such luck on finding a stop there. So Botat played a really good game there, but I still feel like Blinding Binky might have the overall advantage in this series. They don't necessarily have the game advantage, but Rome, there's a pretty good chance going into game 2 that they might play a little bit more defensive and try to avoid situations like how that one ended.
Yeah, 100%. Even when they were down 2-1, they were playing safe, conservative. They were playing their game, and that's what brought them back into the 2-2 situation. And, the second that they got away from that, they went right back to the start of the game where we saw 2 players just pushing up on offense, trying to make the most happen. And, that ended up coming back to bite them as, they had essentially a free goal. Zaruki tried to come in the last second like Batman and swoop in for the save, but it just wasn't able to happen, man. It wasn't able to happen. So great play overall. And hey, look, Botat, the newcomers, they're up 1-0, man. They're only 1 game away now. And, who knows, man? Who knows? Might be a little Cinderella story today.
A little bit of a win for the newcomers all around here. Let's see if they can get that one done, though. I've got faith that they can probably get this one done, but it's not going to be an easy battle no matter what. They are both going to really have to show us something here in Game 2 because no longer are we really in that warm-up period here, Rome. It feels like both teams are completely on top of what they are doing. They have a strategy they are coming into this one with, and well, we're going to have to see if they can do exactly that in game number 2. We might have some replays, though, ready for you guys to go and check back on this one and look at some... Oh, no replays quite yet. Never mind. We will have replays probably in the next one here, as my producer tells me. But nonetheless, we can still look back at what happened in that game. And I'm interested in your thoughts on what you think, besides, obviously, the prioritization of defense here. How do Blinding Binky find a little bit more success on offense as well? Because it felt like they had a lot of shots that just kind of went awry there, Rome. How do they make it so that they're a little bit more consistent when it comes to that final third?
Yeah, not sure what the shot count was. Which one of them was more on the offense? I believe Zaruki was the more offensive player. Not exactly sure about that. Got to go back and check the stats. But in my opinion, you got to be better with coordinating when you're going to get aggressive together. That's what you need to coordinate. If you know your defense is strong, you know that you can hold back there fine. You got to figure out how to get offensive and how to make it work. And right now, at the very end there, they tried to make it work and it ended up coming back to bite them. So they got to figure out how to do what they've been doing, but be able to come out on attack just in case they end up going down. But I think if they come out, play defensive, play their game, it's going to be very hard for Botat to even score because once they locked it down on defense for that, what was it, a 4-minute span? It almost seemed like there was no goals coming out from the side of Botat. So in my opinion, if they just play their game, play it right, they'll be fine. They'll win this thing out. But hey, if this thing gets 1-1, what I will say, don't be afraid to go into overtime. Don't be afraid for the extra time, because if you feel like your defense is better, there's a saying, if they don't score, we can't lose. It's an old football saying, and it makes so much sense. If they don't ever score, we will never lose. It is that simple. And, as long as they hold true to that, then they'll be good to go,
At the end of the day, you just need to score more than your opponents, obviously. That's the easiest way to find a key to victory here. As simple as it may seem, though, it really is the way to do it. It's trying to make sure that you have a lockdown enough defense that you don't let them score and then outscore your opponents by keeping up the aggression on the counterattack. And I think that's something we did see a couple of times throughout that game, but something I think needs to be a little bit more emphasized here. In a 2v2 scenario, counterattacks are a lot more potent than in a 3v3 scenario, where you usually in a 3v3 have someone hanging back who's a little bit prepared in case there's a breakaway. In a 2v2, it's either A, one player who is just trying to hold down that midfield, or B, no one. So the options here are pretty minimal. At this point, if you're going to break into your opponent's half, you got to do it with speed. You got to do it with ferocity. And if you do not do that, you're going to leave yourselves in a little bit of a behind, what's the word here? A little bit behind your opponents, I guess, in terms of pacing, because that's how teams win 2v2 scenarios, is making sure to outpace their opponents, taking advantage of that fast pace of play, and then scoring while they've got the opportunities. And I think that Botat actually did a really good job at that. Again, you look at the final goal that they had, they did not hesitate to start rushing cross-court. They recognized that they had a little bit of time from Zaruki on the side and went, okay, cool, right into the back of the net this one goes. So I think we're going to need to see a little bit more of a higher pace of play in this next game for really both teams at this point. It kind of feels like whichever one of them is able to control that pace of play out the gates might just end up controlling and taking the series.
Yeah, I will say, Botat, they were very aggressive that entire game, and it came back to bite them a lot. It seemed like they were just saying, let's get it to their side right now, and they didn't really have a plan, like you said. But because it's 2v2s and small mistakes can happen on defense, that strategy was able to pay off for them, and hey, it came down to 2-2, and they said, oh, look, they got aggressive on us. They made one bad pass, and then guess what? It's off to the races from there. They knew that they were good to go, and that's an easy goal. And I think we're going to see Botat play a little bit more defensive on this one, just because they are up 1-0, and they know that, hey, look, if you're going to play defensive, we have no problem playing defensive as well. This thing can be 1-0 us, and we'll be fine. I wouldn't be surprised if we see less than 4 goals total scored. I'm expecting a very defensive side from both of these teams, because right now one has to try and figure out how to play offense, and one has to tone down their offense to help out their defense a little bit. So, we'll see exactly how this is going to work out. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this one as well. And again, if you guys are excited, let us know. Make sure to stay connected with us and let us know on Twitter, wherever you may be, using the hashtags ATLOpen and hashtag IATLGG. Tell us about what you think about today, because so far we've had a pretty good first series here, but we've got a lot of other talent still waiting in the wings that are going to be coming up. Who do you guys think maybe are going to end up taking this entire thing? Obviously, we've talked about Mzu multiple times, but we've got some familiar faces coming back in Mamer Esports and a couple other teams. So you think they're going to take it? Make sure to let us know. Join in the conversation online and let us hear your thoughts. But our thoughts for right now at this point are pretty set in stone. We're starting to understand where exactly this series is going to go, what type of gameplay we're going to see, a little bit of a defensive battle with some random goals going in here and there. But we're going to have to find out exactly what the reality is as we get into game number 2 of this matchup. This is an important one. Like we said, if Botat take this, they've already moved on to the next round. So for Blinding Binky, it's really all eyes on them, Rome.
Yeah, this is all or nothing right here. So how are you going to play it? That's the big question. And already you can see Blinding Binky going to be coming out a little bit aggressive, trying to make a play by himself. Looks like they are still going to be having... Ooh, actually, they are going to both be out already, but that might come back to bite them, as Absola, he almost was able to make a play, putting that right back over to Blinding Binky's side. That almost went very bad for Blinding Binky off the start.
Hopefully enough for them, they have recovered and have the first goal of this game as well. The aggression, a little bit different than what we were expecting here, but my oh my, Blinding taking a complete 360, or excuse me, 180 out of midfield, turns on that and slams that one home. 1-0, only 30 seconds in, and Rome, that was a little bit more of an explosive start than I was expecting.
Oh yeah, big time. Blinding Binky came out and they said, you know what, we're going to be aggressive on offense. Defense doesn't really matter to us right now. We're going to come out and show you guys that we can be on offense and do amazing things as well, because it almost came back to bite them off the rip, but they were able to bring that thing right back and get a goal for themselves. And, now it's going to be, my guess, they're going to go right back to that defensive shell that they had, but that's not going to matter because Shakur going to lob that one right on over. Going to have a little flip to celebrate there at the end. And he's feeling himself. 1-1 game now, as the defense, the shell, might be cracking.
Oh, that's unfortunate for them, especially considering they need this game. So Blinding Binky would have loved to hold on to that. But like you said, shell kind of cracking here. They're playing a little bit aggressive, which is leaving gaps in the back half, and they've got to be careful of that. But I also like that the aerial play is starting to develop a little bit more. First game, we had, I'd say, a little bit of shyness when it came to this aerial battle. All of a sudden, both teams deciding, yeah, let's absolutely just crowd the airspace here. A great back and forth so far, but unfortunately, it's a back and forth that Blinding Binky really needed to win. Instead, instead, it's going to be this midfield presence from both teams, and it's going to be a 2v1 as well. Not exactly sure what's going on here. Zaruki did not get back to that one, but maybe it'll work out because they can cherry pick, but the shot is off target. Perfect positioning and an opportunity that will probably never come again, but unfortunately for Blinding Binky, they could not quite capitalize.
Ooh! Ooh! He was almost able to dodge it around both of them, but still able to drop it off for Absola. And oh my goodness, Botat able to recover amazingly. He swerved around both of those players. You just love to see movement like that, man. Players that are able to do movement like that, sky's the limit for you. If this is your first time in competitive Botat, props to you for pulling off plays like that already, man. Beautiful goal right there.
Fantastic dribble play out in the center there, and it's going to put Botat back on top yet again. And with 3 minutes remaining, we're definitely seeing a lot fewer goals because I think the first minute last time had 3 within, well, let's call it 45 seconds or so. So now a little bit more of developed play on both sides, but it's seemingly only developing for one side. Botat have been on offense for, oh my word, quite some time, and Shakur really dominating this ground game. Fake out on Zaruki, which will continue the offense here. Can they find a shot from it? Good 50-50. Where's the follow-up? No such luck. MK all the way back on their own side. That's going to mean now there's a chance for Blinding Binky to score here. Good bump play, but is the shot on target? No, it's not! And now it's going the other way. Zaruki has to make the save and will do exactly that. But once again, Blinding Binky going into offense and coming up just a little bit short.
Yeah, and Absola able to squeeze that one in off the side. Man, the misplay by Zaruki. He dropped it off right for Absola, and he was just able to flick that one off the hood of his car right into that one, man. Beautiful plays by them. 3-1 now and only 2.5 minutes remaining. They're going to feel very comfortable, but they've been playing very aggressive. They've been flexing their offensive muscles. They've been coming out in this second game saying, look, we're the better offensive team straight up, and we're just going to outscore you this time, and that's something that you love to see. They were a little bit sloppy on offense in the first game, but right now it's looking amazing, and just like that, I say that, and they're still flexing those muscles, as that's going to be a 4-1 advantage now with Shakur going to be putting them over the top.
I like the way that Botat are playing right now. They are playing very aggressive, but it's because they're trying to bait out their opponents, it feels like. Blinding Binky at this point are not playing poorly, but they're playing so aggressively that it's leaving gaps. Obviously, it's going to happen for pretty much any team at any level of Rocket League to where you leave gaps on the back half if you try to play too aggressive, but the difference is that Botat are aware of this and are capitalizing upon the mistakes. Meanwhile, Blinding Binky don't seem to understand where these gaps are opening, and they aren't really doing much with them. So they're going to have to try and play a little bit more strategic for the next 2 minutes. Otherwise, that's the end of their tournament run. Down by 3 with only that little time left. They really have got to pull something up out of their sleeves. Just a rabbit out of the hat. Oh my word. And first, they're going to have to survive on defense. Another shot ringing on from NK, but it will not go into the back of the net. Oh boy, but this one might. Beautiful shot off target, but the follow-up is not. MK Absola going to put that one to the back of the net and possibly put this game out of hand for Blinding Binky.
Yeah, they are not letting up at all. They are keeping it on Blinding Binky's side, letting them know, listen, you guys aren't even going to get a chance to show off your offensive prowesses. We already know that Blinding Binky has struggled on the offensive end. Ooh, but oh man, so close for Blinding Binky, almost able to have a glimmer of hope. That was exactly what they needed right there. That would have been something incredible. And just like that, Zaruki able to get another goal. We got ourselves a 3-point game. It's not impossible, I'll say now. You never know.
They're finally taking advantage of the little bit of gaps on the back half there. Botat did not play that one necessarily defensively because they saw the shot was off target and went, okay, they haven't followed up any of their shots previously. They're not going to follow this one up. So good adjustments from Blinding Binky here. That's how they need to play if they want to play with this aggression. They need to just get in the face of their opponents and not give them room. I like to call it a nuisance play style where you just annoy your opponents so much so that they get frustrated and make a move that they should not. It's a very viable strategy at pretty much every level of Rocket League, but it's something I think that Blinding Binky in particular need to focus on right now. They need to shut down this space that they're giving to Botat, try and rush them as much as possible and make them uncomfortable, because now you have plays like this. Zero boost in the corner, MK in a very awkward position, and so is Shakur. Maybe they can do something with it. Bounce out, though, is not going to favor Blinding Binky, and as the clock ticks down here, this entire game is not going to favor them. They need to get 3 goals in about 40 seconds. It's possible, Rome, but it is extremely unlikely, especially with a 4th goal going in.
Absolute with an amazing shot off the wall, able to pinch that one against his hood, send it straight to the side off the wall into the goal. A little bit of luck involved there, but hey, chalk it up to skill if you want, doesn't matter. They got a 4-point advantage now in the new squad, and Botat looking pretty good in this first qualifier, in this first series, not gonna lie.
They look fantastic so far here. It's just been an incredible game from Botat here, to where they've recognized where the gaps are of their opponents, have emphasized them tenfold, and really just capitalize every single time. Now they're just going to mess around to end this one off. Just, kind of hit the ball back and forth, keep possession in their favor, and not allow Blind and Binky one for the road. And, well, it really is one for the road. Unfortunately for them, that is the end of their run here in this first week of the Atlanta Community Open. There is going to be no lower bracket, so it's single elimination. And, well, that elimination really did favor Botat. A fantastic way to enter into this tournament. And at this point, Rome, I have to say, the newcomers really looking like the Cinderella story might be possible.
Yeah, they were looking absolutely incredible. Their offense was amazing. Their defense was incredible as well, only allowing 4 total goals in the whole series. You love to see that, and putting up 5, 6 in the second game right there. That was just incredible, especially the way that they did it. It looked coordinated, it looked clean, and even when they needed to get back on defense, even though it looked hectic, they were still able to keep blinding Binky out of the net, and that's exactly what we needed, as I guess we're going to see in these replays right here. So those things are ready, which you love to see, man. Shout out production.
Replays brought to you by Microsoft ATL here, and these will be some rather telling replays, to put it simply. These two teams battled it back and forth, but as you can see, almost every single time, the big difference was Botat taking advantage of the defensive errors. That's how we ended that first game, and that's how we ended this second one as well. Good back and forth gameplay, but at the end of the day, there can only be one winner, Rome, and that was Botat.
Yeah, only one team can hold up that trophy. At least that first round trophy, because you still got a couple more matches to go if you want to take home some money and get that first place prize today. And we already know there's a couple squads that are going to be waiting in the wings, just waiting to get their chance at this new squad and say, you know what, hey, this team thinks that they're good, they think they're hot stuff. We've been here before, we've been in these CMG ATL Opens before, so they're ready for them. And they said, you know what, we see them on cast, we see what the casters are saying, they think they're looking good, we're going to shut all that down, don't even worry about it. I'm sure that's what the other teams are saying, so who knows, maybe Botat might be able to put on those shoes and keep on looking pretty, because right now they're looking really amazing.
Yeah, I think that they looked fantastic, but like you said, there's a lot of rounds left in this fantastic tournament, and we're gonna have to find out if they really are made up for the win here at this point. Because with so many strong teams, it's really gonna be hard to tell from just the first round alone. We gotta see these guys develop. We gotta see them get through the latter rounds and really battle this one out. And well, we're gonna have to see in a little while here. Just getting ready for our next matchup, and I think we're going to be back in just a moment here. A quick little break, but when we return, we are going to be back with yet another fantastic matchup. So, making sure on this one, as I think our producer. So we are. Okay, yes, sorry. Producer was giving me a little bit of info here. So yes, we are going to take a quick little break, but when we return, we will have another fantastic matchup here at the Atlanta Community Open Qualifier 1 for October. We will see you guys in just a second. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. everybody, and welcome back to the ATL Community Open, brought to you by CMG and partnered with Skillshot. We want to thank you guys for sticking with us here, because now we have got quite the matchup coming up here. It is going to be Comp Guards versus, oh boy, I'm going to have to figure out how to say this one, because we're probably going to have to say it a lot during the match. Gruputericola? I'll let you have your best shot at that one, Rome, because, wait, I think we're hearing this from our producers. One more time? Gruputericola is how you pronounce this one. So, Gruputericola is going to be our second matchup here today versus Comp Guards, and this is going to be an interesting one. It is not teams that we are necessarily familiar with quite yet, but it's a chance for them to dazzle us, because already once today, Rome, we have seen the unknown team come through and take a victory. Maybe we get to see that again here in our second matchup.
Yeah, big time. And Gruputericola, you know, they've already gotten one win in this bracket. Comp Guards, they are 0-0. They had a bye. So, you know, we know that Grupo is ready to come in and get the win. We got to see what Comp Guards is coming with today. So both new squads, I'm excited to see for sure.
And I think we're about ready to see what they've got here in our first game of this best of three. Again, reminder, all of these are best of threes until we get further into the bracket. I believe it is only going to be the finals, and, well, this team might just be destined for the finals. 6 seconds in, and Stizzy with a heck of an opening goal.
Yeah, beautiful stuff out of Stizzy already, right in the corner, able to squeeze that one in. You love to see it, and if you're the side of Gruputericola, you're immediately going to have to come back, and you're going to have to regroup, figure it out, and that is not what I'm talking about, as Stizzy is going to be scoring yet again, and that is just absolutely tragic on the side of Grupo.
Well, I think I'm starting to recognize who my highlight player is, or possibly could be, or will continue to be here, as Stizzy is, oh my word, absolutely running it at the moment. 2 goals within about 10 seconds, and it looks like they might even be able to get a third if they can find something from this kickoff. Fake kickoff, though, on the side of Gruputericola. I love to see the Spanish kickoff, but it doesn't always work out, especially in a 2v2 scenario. So now they're going to have to try and endure on the other end. Oh, my, and Stizzy play a little bit of mind games as well, forcing the own goal. Oh, it feels bad, but also at the same time, you love to see it.
Yeah. He played that one in perfect position, where he said, you know what, if you're going to come try and block this ball, it's going to go into the goal anyway. And that's the thing about playing so aggressive and not having someone committed back by that goal is, you know, it can be open. And already, you know, we're seeing some amazing defense coming out of the side of Comp Guards. And, you know, great defense leads into amazing offense, as Stizzy, with his 4th goal already, it's just absolutely incredible stuff coming out of him. He's carrying this one on his back, and he's looking to take this one away and put them to sleep pretty early.
And he's looking to put an emphasis on this game number 1 and really show why they are a team to be, well, not to be messed with, I guess, at this point. And oh my word, I think he's going to do it one more time. Air dribble stopped by the defense this one, and fit foosballer. And oh my, I got to say, listen, the names here for the teams might be a little bit confusing, but the names for the individual players are fantastic, and the plays from them as well. Rubik's with a great goal to put the team up by 5, and that's 5 goals in 50 seconds. They are averaging a goal every 10 seconds at this point, Rome. You think we're going to see, like, double digits at this point, or do you think it might just slow down?
I think that there's a 100% chance that we see double digits, because if you're inside a Grupo, you got to play aggressive now, and you know what happens when teams play aggressive and they're losing. This is exactly what's going to happen. You can see already they're setting it up, almost able to score yet again. Arc the Comp Guards, and you can see trying to cross it, just keeping it on the side of Grupo. Grupo going to have to clear this one out consistently. Right now, Stizzy getting that flip reset off that ball. Beautiful movement coming out of him. And man, we just need to see a little bit more. Oh man, Rubik's almost able to drop that one right into the goal for goal number 6. Stizzy just playing that basic defense, doing what he can to clear this one out.
And I think they're going to be able to do exactly that right now. Rubik's with some time and space will take it over to the first. Stizzy going to try and steal the shot afterwards. Gotta love it when you can see a team that has recognized that they might have a little bit of advantage in a series like this, so they're messing around a little bit, trying to get some more intricate goals, because the standard ones won't quite do. And I think they're both trying to be the one to stunt and get that rather interesting goal. Question is can they also not concede on the other end? Fit foosball are going to have a chance and will slam that one home. Team pinch will work out in favor, and finally Grupo on the board.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they needed, not only for the scoreboard, but for their confidence as well. You got to be more confident now, especially going up against a squad that's already put 5 on your head. You got to be confident going into that game number 2, because even if you're not able to bring this one back in this first game, it is a best of 3 series, so it's not over until it's over. So you just need that confidence builder, and that was exactly what they got right there.
They've got a little bit of confidence, but the question is can they find some momentum in their favor as well? No such luck here, but a good cross-court shot will at least frazzle the defense a little bit. Rubik's on their back heel, going to have to try and clear this one out and buy some time, and I think they're going to be able to do that. Matter of fact, they might even get a solo play. Now, they'll find some help in their teammate in Stizzy, but Stizzy won't take the shot on target, would rather play this one a little bit more patiently. Rubik's had a bit of a different idea there, coming through, absolutely slamming into the side of them, and now they're going to have to retreat on the counterattack, but good stop by Stizzy. We'll just contain this one, play it carefully. Gets a flick out, passes one out to Rubik. Shot not going to go into the back of the net, but it should start up another offense. And with 2 minutes remaining at this point, Comp Cards do not need to score more here, Rome. They just need to hold on to this lead and just keep possession in their favor.
Yeah, possession and time is everything now. Every single second that goes off is just an improvement for this squad right now. As they're setting up for this second game, like you said, just need to play that defense. Just keep that shell, even if you have both players back on your side. And as we had, the score did get flipped really quickly. So as you guys can see, Grupo Terricola, they are the squad that is up 5-1 right now. So just reverse everything that we have said about these two teams, and yeah, we'll be good to go from here on out, as Grupo been playing some amazing offense to start in the first half, and the second half they're just playing a super slow pace game. And as I say that, Stizzy's going to get another one, at this point just for kicks.
A little bit of just for kicks here, and Grupo Terricola doing a great job at putting themselves on the board in more ways than one. That is the second own goal they have forced out of Comp Garden. Unfortunately, that's got to feel a little bit too, I'd say, deflating. We see a player drop out of the lobby here, and I think that Comp Guards might be saying that, yeah, we're not making the comeback here in game number 1. Let's move it on to the second and see if we can recover. And I've got faith in them. I think they can still get this one done. They just need to try and contain them a little bit more when it comes to this aerial battle. As you can see, Rubik's up there by themselves. No such luck in finding any sort of contest, and I think that's got to change if we want to see Comp Guards get back into the series. They need to play this one a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more in the face of their opponents. Otherwise, they're going to succumb to another defeat like this. With 45 seconds left, technically it is possible for Comp Guards to come back, but with only a single player, it's going to be rather difficult to find the recovery.
Yeah, and Foosballer left by his lonesome right now, and they say that quitters never prosper, but who knows? Maybe he just had to leave the lobby, get his mental health together, get everything ready for this second game. He said, you know what, I can't stand looking at that score at the top. That's 6-1. It disgusts me. We're gonna come back and be better in this second game. And you never know. You got to look at the positives with it. There's always a chance that maybe he's taking this for the betterment of himself, and his teammates saying, you know what, don't worry about it. They can't score on me anyway. I'm talented enough to hold them off, as they weren't able to get one in the 2v1. So, hey, props to Foosballer to be able to say that at least.
6-1, still the ending scoreline, but like you said, Foosballer holding on against the 2v1 there, not allowing in another goal. And hey, that's better than I could ever do. I can guarantee you, if you leave me in a 2v1 scenario against pretty much anybody, I'm most likely going to, give up a couple of goals here. But they may not have given up a goal to finish off the game, but they have given up the series, unfortunately. Grupo Terricola is going to take that one all the way there, as Comp Guards are just going to tap out. They have seen their opponents and went, yeah, I don't want game number 2 on that one. And can't necessarily blame them. It was a pretty impressive showing from Grupo Terricola. And again, another unknown team coming through and impressing us here, Rome. We've got a lot of unknown teams, but they are all delivering so far.
Oh, yeah, delivering in a big way. You love to see it. A lot of players making their names right here, a lot of teams. And, like we said, there's those juggernauts waiting. We haven't ran into them yet. And guess what? These teams are going to start running into them, and we're going to be seeing how they fare against them. But first, we got to see how they just fared in this last game with some of these replays right here.
Yeah, big shout out once again to Microsoft ATL for these replays here, and you're going to see exactly why they were so dominant throughout this one. Stizzy just kind of set the tone with this first goal, slammed that one into the bottom left, and again, that first goal not only set the tone, but it really showed you the insane prowess that would come in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, and already you see the clock is at 3 minutes and they already had 5 goals. It was just so quick out of them, and throwing that extra one in there for kicks, I'm sure that one hurt. So hey, maybe that player quit. He said, you know what, I can't stand that score. I'm gonna come back next week and I'll be good to go then. Maybe he said we don't need that second game. Maybe we just need to go practice some more, go play some more ranked. Who knows, man? Whatever the key is to success, you got to go find it. So maybe those players will be able to go find that somewhere else. Who knows, man? But big props to this squad in Grupo Terricola. Their name was difficult. We thought they might be eliminated early, but that did flip flop around. So we'll be saying their name a whole lot, I'm guessing. So big shout out to them for proving a lot of people wrong. And who knows, man? A lot of Cinderella stories going around, like you said.
Yeah, and they definitely don't have an easy road to get through here, though. I will say, one of our bigger dogs in this entire thing is going to be Emzu, the team we talked about previously. They're going to face Botat in their quarterfinals, but the winner of that is going to face the winner of the Grupo game. So Grupo going up against Regime Esports, and at this point, I have to imagine that semifinal is going to be an absolute barn burner on the other side. But first, we've got to get there. So for right now, we're going to try and figure out where we're moving next. And I believe it's going to be Flip Resetters versus Mamera Esports. And Mamera team, we actually have seen on stream before. Kapak and KG's, two very solid players, just never been able to find that finish. They've never been able to go to the absolute top of the mountain and take the win here. So maybe they can get it done this week with a little bit of less competition. Instead of, 60 teams, we've got 20 teams here today. So maybe this is their chance to find that final, find the end of the month. But it's going to be a little bit difficult because on the other side, they've got Code Mist versus and RL Kashi to face them on the Flip Resetters. And, well, we saw Kashi come through on the chat a little while ago and say, hey, I'm coming for Stizzy at the end of this one. So they've got their hopes set high here. Rome, we've got an interesting matchup coming up, and I don't really know who to take on this one because as much as I do like Mamera and think that they're a solid team, if you've got someone who's already trash-talking in round 2, oh my, they must be a threatening team at that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I would go with Mamera because of their records. I see a lot of silvers, a lot of bronzes, 1 gold there for Rocket League for CMG. But this squad, if Kashi's confident, man, I'm riding with the new guys today, man. So I'm gonna ride with Kashi and Mist, man. If Kashi's in the chat, man, I believe in you, man. Simple as that. And we just gotta see. You gotta back it up, though, man. Don't make me look like a fool up here, man. Go ahead and be amazing today, man, because you're definitely capable. Already won one match today, and hey, you just got to keep on winning them. And hey, this is a great test to see where you guys are in the month of October in your Rocket League prowess for 2v2. So who knows, man? Maybe this duo in Kashi and Mist will be able to prove something wrong. But I'm riding with them today, man.
I honestly can't really blame you. I always like people who are confident in Rocket League because it always means that you're going to see a spectacle no matter what. Even if it isn't necessarily a spectacle in their favor, it means that they come through and get a little bit trounced by the team that was not as vocal as them. So I'm just happy that we're going to get a little bit of a back and forth here. But the reality is that Flip Resetters just in general make me a little bit scared for Mamera Esports because Mamera haven't necessarily always been the most technical team. They're good at the game. They've got great rotations and they're able to stand up against a lot of good competition. But I don't know if they can flip reset. Flip reset's one of the most important things in Rocket League when it comes to aerial prowess. If you've got that ability to hit shots like that, the mechanics to do things like that, you've got to be a pretty good team. So I have to imagine Flip Resetter is going to come through here with their namesake and, continue to flip reset on their opponents. So no matter what, I'm expecting a good back and forth here at minimum. I think we're going to see both teams really battle this one out, and that'll be the first semifinal spot that we find as well. The winner of this one gets not only the first semifinal, but a chance to then go to the grand finals and guarantee themselves money, as well as guarantee themselves a spot. Again, top 3 from this event move on to the grand finals at the end of the month where they will be able to compete for $500. So just getting into that top 4 is the first step to getting into the top 3 here. So let's see if Flip Resetters can really set themselves off on the right foot here, as this is going to be, again, another best of 3. So it's really important, this first game. We've seen this already here tonight, Rome. The first game can not only set the tone for the series, but it can kind of show you exactly what the rest of the series is going to look like, i.e. the last game we just saw.
Yeah, exactly. And you can learn about your opponent. So, winning that first game, going up 1-0 in a best of three is so important because guess what? Whatever team has that advantage in that round count, whichever team goes up 1-0, they're going to already know how you want to play and they're going to know how to exploit that as well. And now only having one round to win opposed to your 2 rounds to win, just a super big disadvantage. So the first round is extremely, extremely important for both of these squads.
This is going to be a very important game overall as well, because I really do feel like past the semifinals is where teams are really shown what they can be made of here. So for Mamair Esports, a team that has been here before, they really do need to try and pop off right now and just get themselves on the right foot. And I think that we're about to see if they can do exactly that. Game number 1 of this best of 3. The two teams going to battle this one out. Now we get a chance to see, can flip resetters actually flip reset? I'd like to hope so, you know?
Yeah, it's time to show me something, Cashy. Show me what you're made of. You can talk the talk, but can you play the play? I guess I was looking for something there. As KJ gonna be going on the offensive right here. Big demo coming out. Those players gonna be resetting, and right here it's just a battle of control between these two teams right now. I do like the fact that there's not a lot of aggression coming out on either side. Both teams are playing pretty conservative. It's just balls staying relatively in the middle.
Relatively in the middle. It seems like both teams are starting to understand that they can't really take risks. This is something we saw in the first couple rounds here where teams were throwing everything at their offense and not really caring if they were able to get cross-court countered. And now we're seeing both teams play a little bit more patiently. I think that this one's going to be a little bit more, let's say, not casual, I don't know what the right word is here. I guess a little bit more reserved on both sides, but that does not mean we are not going to see shots. MK with a shot on target to start this one off. But can they find something from the rest of this offense? KG with no boost left in the tank, and at this point, they're going to have to retreat back into their own side. MK, again, trying to just dribble this one out, and, oh, actually, I might have a shot on goal. Matter of fact, they'll have the goal itself. Great solo play over Kashi, and Mamair up 1-0 early.
Yeah, just a great play, able to flip that one right over him and just guide it into the goal. Just a nice play all around by Mamar, able to go up 1-0. Minute 30 that it took to happen, but Kashi had some good defense that round, able to save one goal that was almost a for sure goal for Mamar, and they were able to flip that one around right back to Kashi, and he wasn't able to stop that one. And now you got to find an answer if you are the side of flip resetters. You got to be able to flip reset your way to a victory, and it starts off with some good defense like right there.
Good defense is going to be key for both of these teams if they want to try and take this one, but it's going to be a little bit of offense necessary for flip resetters here. Not a lot of shots on target despite a lot of good offensive pressure, but maybe they can make me eat my words here. Mist puts a shot on, or not on target, a little bit off, but there should be a follow-up from Kashi. Oh my word, who gets dusted by KJ, and now it's going to be a follow-up from MK, who tries to pop this one up. No such luck on getting the shot, but it will at least open up some space, and K will blast this one into the back of the net. Slow play from Mamair Esports, methodical and well executed.
Yeah, and just like that, you see one miss on the ball can turn into a goal, and Mamair was able to make them pay. You just cannot miss like that. If you're playing defense, it's only two of you there, and you saw right there, Kashi got put in a very hard position as he all of a sudden was the only player to stop KJ, and KJ gonna be getting two within about a 10-second span. Just great stuff coming out of him. Looking almost like the same play we saw earlier, just guiding it into the goal. Great stuff all around out of this squad, and now if you're flip resetters, you got to go on offense, and you got to get kind of reckless here if you want to have any chance of winning this one.
Yeah, they've got to try and throw a little bit more at offense. Like you said, take those risks. As much as risks aren't something that we always advise in Rocket League, at a certain point, if what else you're throwing at them isn't working, you're going to have to change something else up. Because at this point, Mamair just looked like they were absolutely on top here. Despite the fact that flip resetters really have given them a good run for their money, I would just say that it's more methodical on the side of Mamair here. They're taking more time when it comes to their offense. They are executing with exact precision, and it's making it difficult for flip resetters to find the space to do the same. They're trying to get some some plays developed, but can't quite find a shot on target here. 0 shots for Kashi so far, and I'm not surprised if there are 0 shots for their teammate as well. Question is, can they find something in the last 2 minutes to get that spark of life going? Trying to build this one out of their back half, but missed is absolutely dunked by K. Now MK with a shot that will go on target, but can there be a save? Yes, indeed. Kashi with a phenomenal save, and now it's up to Flip Resetters to take this one the other way and get the scoring started.
Yeah, KJ was almost able to come away with that one, and right now, his teammate's going to be able to clear that one up as they cleared that from their side, and with no one there after the demo, that was going to be free sailing for MK to tap that one right on in. Just beautiful stuff coming out of this squad. 4-0 now. This game most likely going to be going to Mamar. Not over till it's over, but hey, minute 30 seconds, you got to make it happen, and you got to make it happen quick.
They still have a chance here. It's absolutely possible, but they just need that first goal. Sometimes that's how it goes, though, is you're just waiting for that opening goal to give you that spark of life, to get your offense going, and oh boy, this is not going to be that there. Missed not recognizing they had 0 boost in the tank, so left themselves a little bit exposed, but now they can maybe do something here. Missed in the corner. That's a good play. Actually gets a pass out to the center, but the shot is not on. Missed a little bit overzealous on that one, and I don't think they really needed to take that shot. Kashi was waiting in the wings, and they get the flip reset. No such luck. You know what? At this point, that's all I want to see out of flip resetters here. I just want to see them pull off one of these flip resets, because if you name yourself that, you've got to be able to hit them, right?
Yeah, gotta be able to, and that was almost such a nice goal right there, but not able to hit that one as it goes just off the right crossbar. So close. They just got to find some type of momentum, like you said, but 30 seconds left. It's now or never. You got to go full offensive, and we know that can lead to leaving your goal wide open, but hey, going full offensive works out here as Mist able to get their first goal on the board, and that might give them some nice momentum going into this second game.
My word, 30 seconds left here, and all of a sudden there is a chance. I mean, listen, I've seen crazier things before. I've seen a team score 5 goals in about 23 seconds, or no, was it 33 seconds? Something like that. But it was in a little bit more of a back and forth type of scenario. This one been pretty one-sided, and well, here's why. Oh, maybe not. Fantastic save by Mist out of absolutely freaking nowhere. With 15 seconds left, it seems like that goal has indeed started the spark of life for flip resetters.
Yeah, just an amazing save right there. And hey, if you're able to pull those type of plays off right now, guess what? Going into game 2, you're going to take that one play and feel a little bit more confident going up against this squad who you already know has a ton of experience in these situations. And, you know, right now you got to come back, and you got to come back better. Simple as that.
I mean, that's just kind of the reality here is that if flip resetters want to have a shot at this, they've got to play a little bit better than they're doing right now. Their defense obviously looking pretty solid on the back end there, but their offense just didn't seem to have that lethal punch necessary. Every time that they got into that final third, even if they put a shot on, it was pretty standard. It was pretty prepared for by Mayor Esports, and at this point, the question is whether or not we're going to see a change up in game number 2. Adaptations are 90% of how you play Rocket League, and in between games, they're really going to have to try and do that. But as we look back upon the replays here brought to you by Microsoft ATL from this first game, you're going to really see exactly where everything went wrong, because as much as the defense was prepared, they just didn't seem to have the preparation when it came to that midfield presence and just, you know, being able to counterattack, something that we've talked about all night, bro.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, M&K, they got a lot of free open goals just based off of the aggression coming out of this squad. And when you're that aggressive, it can come back to bite you. And we saw that happen multiple times this game alone. And they're going to need to clean that up for sure in this game number 2 if they're going to want any chance. Because right here, it was just so many counter plays. But it's just a beautiful demo right there coming out. Just able to go up 4-0. And right there, man, 4-0, minute left. That one's going to hurt every single time. And, you know, we saw a little bit of hope coming out of this squad as they were able to get that goal there. But, you know, at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough, man. Wasn't enough. Nice saves as well. Like you said, a lot of good defense coming out of this squad, but just got to have better offense. A lot more coordination out of this squad is what we're going to need to see.
That's the big one there, is it really did feel like we didn't see a lot of team plays out of flip resetters as well. When it did come to that offense, it felt like solo play after solo play. And while a lot of that is twos, if the solo plays aren't working, it's time to change it up. You're going to have to get something a little bit different. So I got to hope that we do get to see something a little bit more innovative from flip resetters here, because like we said, I mean, Heck, hit a flip reset. Go for something in the air that's a little bit more exquisite, because that's how you surprise teams. If they look prepared on defense, do something they're not prepared for. Play a little bit more chaotic. Play a little bit more hectic. Get a little bit more in their face. That nuisance play that we've been talking about throughout the night is going to be necessary if you want to make them uncomfortable. So we're going to have to see. I've got high hopes for Mamera Esports and Flip Resetters going into this next game. I just have a feeling we're going to see a good back and forth no matter what. That doesn't necessarily mean, though, we're going to see a different result here. It's up to Flip Resetters to really flip the script here, pun intended, and try and change this one up here. I have faith. I really do have faith in them. But if they don't get it done now, Rome, that's the end of their night. It's still a best of 3. This is one and done. You have one more chance to get this done, and if you do not, well, we'll see you next week for the next qualifier.
Yeah, exactly. And nobody wants to come back for that next qualifier. Everyone wants to get this one out the way if they can secure their spot no matter what. So let's go ahead and hop into game number 2, man. It's going to be quite awesome. Can't wait.
Whoa, and we already got a goal. Not even 10 seconds into this one. KJ gonna... No way, is this a pinch? No way, is this a pinch off the ceiling into the back of the net? And Flip Resetters, we say you guys needed to innovate your offense, not the other team.
Yeah, Mamera just doing amazing stuff right there. A little bit of luck, but hey, if you're able to get the right timings, a pinch can definitely be very advantageous, as it was right there for Mamera. And hey, whether you want to call it luck or skill, either way, they're up 1-0, and now already on their heels are the Flip Resetters, and they're going to need to have a goal just like that is missed. Is able to flip that one right in. The defender wasn't able to clear that one in time. So close by MK. Just went off of the crossbar right into that goal, man. Beautiful stuff coming out of this squad. 1-1 now, a little bit closer. We'll see if this offense can keep on looking consistently coordinated out of Flip Resetters.
That's the big thing, is that consistency really is going to be key. We spoke about this earlier in the night, and specifically in the timing of making sure that, you get those challenges in the correct places at the right time and do not leave yourself exposed. Oh boy, well, speaking of leaving yourself exposed, Flip Resetters, unfortunately, as much as their offense is starting to click, it's not starting to click on defense here. Kashi with not the greatest touch, and KJ will take full advantage of it.
Yeah, that is just a wide open goal, and you give a player like that the chance to score, they're not going to miss most of the time, as he didn't there. 2-1 now. You got to have an answer, man. They have been on their heels this entire time, aside from for about 10 seconds while it was 1-1. And man, if you're the side of Flip Resetters, you got to feed off of that momentum that you had. But it looks like KJ, he is just going off of every piece of momentum that he took from that last game, and their offense is looking absolutely incredible. Maybe the defense out of Flip Resetter is going to need to get a little bit more sound if they're going to want to stay in this one.
I would say so. Unfortunately, the side flip there is definitely not opportune, and it's left them down by 2 within only the first minute of this game. It kind of just feels like Mamera is starting to recognize where the weakness is in their opponents, and oh my word, they're taking advantage of it. I'm a little bit confused. That's the third Feels backflip we've seen in about a minute here from Flip Resetters. They're going to need to be careful. It seems like nerves have really become a factor for them as they pass it off to KJ and take a shot on target. This, oh boy, it's looking a little bit awkward right now, Rome. It doesn't necessarily look like Flip Resetters have been able to hold on to any of that confidence from game number 2. They're going to need to go back to the drawing board if they want a chance here, because this looks not only not coordinated, it looks like an absolute panic on the side of Flip Resetters.
Yeah, and one thing that I will point out is their offense has looked like a 1-on-2 and then another 1-on-2. It's 2 players playing very individually. Haven't seen a lot of coordination on defense. They've been able to do well, but once you get to that offense, you got to work together. One player is not going to be able to make it all happen. Even though 2v2s is a lot more solo plays, at the end of the day, you still got to use your teammates, and you can see the squad of Mamera is able to do that incredibly, and oh my goodness.
I don't even know what to say at that point. That is just absolutely unfortunate for Flip Resetters. They needed to hit that. There's no two ways about it. If you're given a goal like that while you're down by 2, you need to take every single opportunity given to you and use them to the utmost advantage. Flip Resetters now are going to go into halftime still down by 2 goals, and It's got to sting when you get that close. And for a team that is really trying to find confidence and momentum in their favor, that is going to do nothing but further put them behind. They need to try and find a goal quickly. They need something to give them that spark of life, to give them that little bit of kick in the butt and get them into this one. Maybe they can do that here. No, KJ with a great clear out, but Kashi on the back end will contain this one and try and take it the other way. It almost actually drills into the back of the net as KJ tries to go for another touch off the ceiling. Oh, but it's okay because MK is up for this one. Lays it down low, ooh, but Kashi can make the save. Fantastic play on flip resetters, but can they take this the other way and find a goal for the team?
Yeah, that was a great save by Kashi. My goodness, he is coming in at all angles, and just like that, yet again, more defense from Kashi. Gonna be clearing it out yet again, man. Great stuff from him all around, but you know, if you want to be an all-around player, you got to do well on the offensive end. Another save. My goodness, how many saves are they going to have back-to-back? But at the end of the day, you got to score. So, hey, if you're able to hit all these amazing angles to save the ball from defense, you got to be able to do those amazing angles on the offensive end as well. And, you know, these teams right here, they got to start putting on this aggression right here. You see it's in front of the goal. They're not able to get any good angles on it, though, and that's going to be cleared out yet again by the side of Amer. And this might be another goal. No, cleared out.
Fantastic, just sort of retreating defense here for flip resetters right now. I do like that change, that they're just upping the pace of play overall. They're making sure to get back when necessary so they can prevent these extra goals from Amer. The unfortunate truth is, though, that doesn't mean that they're not down by 2 anymore. They are still down by quite a lot here going into the last minute of the game. They've got to pull out all the stops here. They've got to find themselves a goal, and maybe they can do that right here. Kashi going to find the pass from Mist in the air, and finally, flip resetters bring themselves one step closer. They are 1 goal away with 45 seconds left.
Yeah, and that was by far their best play of this series so far. Just an amazing pass all around. Beautiful stuff from them, bringing this thing within 1 goal now. 45 seconds left. It's not over. If you're Kashi, man, you talked a lot in the chat, man. You got to back it up right here. The last 35 seconds, you got to make something happen. You're able to make an amazing play with your duo right there. You got to make another one, though. 30 seconds remaining, and oh, that one's going to sting.
You got to be kidding me. Look at the precision from KJ here. As this one basically immediately pops off the ground, almost even pinching this against the net.
Yeah.
Amer with an absolute emphasis, an exclamation point to possibly end this one. 30 seconds left here, Rome. Do you believe in miracles?
Hey, listen, man, I am definitely a believer in miracles, but man, those beliefs are really flying out the window right now, as this squad in Amer is doing everything possible to make sure that Flip Resetters doesn't even have a chance to wish for a miracle, as now it's a 3-score game, 22 seconds left, and yeah, this one's all but said and done.
Hey, Amer Esports, I'm sorry for calling you guys not mechanical. That is my bad. Apparently, they seem a little bit angry about that one as they are stunting upon their opponents here. 10 seconds left, and this one is all but said and done. Flip Resetters will go for 1 nice goal to finish it off, but KJ will take none of that. We'll make the final stop here, and with 2 seconds left, they're not going to get one on the other end either. Both teams decide, hey, this is the final score line. Stop trying to score here. We're not going to let it happen. And there it goes. It hits the ground, and none the less. Amer Esports in a 2-0 clean sweep over their opponents. Bro, I'll be the first one to admit it. I did not necessarily expect that outcome after seeing the first couple minutes of play there. I thought that we'd actually be able to see a little bit of a comeback from Flip Resetters, but Amer Esports setting the tone in game number 2. They are here to play. They are here to win this qualifier, and by golly, I think they just might be able to do so.
Yeah, Amer looked extremely solid, and we're going to see that right here in some of these replays that we got right now. And man, they were looking great all around. You know, offense, defense, it was all clicking for them. They showed amazing capabilities on the offensive end. Didn't matter who was scoring, honestly. Either one of them, they were both trading off beautifully, and that's what you love to see. When one player isn't playing more defense than the other, when one player isn't playing more offense than the other, both players, able to do it equally, and when you're able to do that, you're just going to see amazing things, and right here, they just had nonstop aggression, and it was the way for them, as they were very clean all around. Amazing demos as well, as you can see right there, as that was the 4-0 lead in game 1, man. Just beautiful stuff all around every single match.
Yeah, It was just a good matchup. I was glad to have watched this one because now we have the mayor in the back of our minds as we get into the semifinals. Again, they've secured themselves the first spot in this semifinals, and I really do think they might be able to take themselves all the way to the end because of that. Finally, we get to see the full replay on this pinch. What on earth? KJ really set that one up all the way out from midfield and slammed it home. And listen, if you ever thought there was a chance for flip resetters to come back, it went out the window with that play right there. Just such an incredible game overall from Merit Esports, and it has propelled them to a 2-0 victory over their opponents. And I mean, really, I have nothing but compliments for the team here. They really have set the tone and have done so in a big way. And even getting some flip resets here and there. There's KJ trying to go for one. So doing what the other team could not display to us, unfortunately. But hey, still good all around. I'm very impressed with what we saw out of them here today. And maybe we get to see them again afterwards. Again, we are not done with this day, not even by a long shot. We've got plenty of teams left here in this bracket, including Merit Esports, like we mentioned. We've also got some other people on the other side that are waiting. Grupo Terricola also taking the victory over Regime Esport, and as well as our big boys in MZU. MZU taking the victory over Botat to put them into the other semifinals. So this is going to be an interesting one. We've got a lot of action coming up here, but taking a quick little break. We're going to get everything set up, go back into everything behind the scenes, make sure that we are all prepared. But when we come back, it is that other semifinals that we were talking about. It is going to be a battle back and forth, and it is one you guys are not going to want to miss. We'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the ATLOpen qualifier number 1 for the month of October. Once again, my name is Bass from the Past, and joined alongside me, Rome DMV. And Rome, we're down to the last couple teams of this matchup, my friend. We've got the semifinals. Only 4 teams remain, but only 3 of them can move on. So this matchup going to be all the more important, not only for that qualifying position, but also for the fact that they get to go home with a little bit of money in their pocket. At minimum, making second place here is going to give you $50, $125 if you win the entire thing. These teams have been battling it out for hours. At this point, they want some money to go home with, and, well, I'll be honest, both the teams we have here deserve some money, but only one of them can get it. It is Emzu versus Grupo Terricola, and, Rome, I've been hyping up Emzu this entire night. I can't say anything more about them. Mizu, a fantastic player, but now it's time that they show it. We're going to have a best of 3 yet again, and obviously, you know my prediction going into this one, but I want to hear your thoughts before we get into the semifinal.
Hey, look, man, call it recency bias, call it we just casted them, call it what you want, man, but I like the way that Stizzy and Rubik's were looking, man. They were looking very, very solid when we were able to see that. So, hey, let's go ahead and check it out because we're going to see them in-game right now. We're going to see who's going to win, man. So I'm going to be pulling for Grupo Terricola, man. Their name is impossible to say, but hey, this game isn't impossible to play. So we're hopping right into this bad boy right now. And Amore gonna be kicking us off. A nice little control right here, but just like that, going to be cleared out to the other side.
Now I'm remembering exactly where I've seen Amore before. S7 represents Stealth 7, an European organization. Unfortunately, we're represented by an org or not. It's not going to give them the advantage here because already Grupo Terricola out the gates with the first goal of this game. 18 seconds into this one. So apparently this team likes to play offense against whoever. It doesn't matter who they're playing. They're going to be just as aggressive as before. But hopefully, we get to see a little bit of a good back and forth here, because here comes Stizzy trying to dribble this one past. But Mizu, that star-studded player I talked about, will not let it hit the back of the net.
Yeah, great stuff by Stizzy, man. He almost dribbled that one right in, man. Beautiful stuff, man. Loving to see the plays like that coming out of these players right now. As you already know, man, 1-0, this squad in Emzu, they're cool, they're calm, collected. They've been here before, like you said. This team, Grupo Terricola, they're looking for this fresh blood, and just like that, oh my goodness, Rubik's with such a close goal right there, man. Good stuff coming out of them. Now Stizzy just trying to get control, get back on that offensive. We've seen them so many times in this squad and Grupo. They just want to stay on that offense. It doesn't matter who they're playing, like you said. Doesn't matter how much experience you guys have. You're going to have to deal with our aggression first. And I like that, essentially putting their emphasis on the game, letting Emzu know that, look, we're going to play our game. My goodness, that was so close. So we're going to play our game, and you're going to have to play around us. And I like it.
You always love to see that. A team that is confident in the way that they are playing, confident in the play style that they have executed before. The question is that confidence going to carry them to a victory here in the first game of this best of 3? Again, these best of 3s have really shown. The first game not only sets the tone, but it really puts you in favor to take the series overall. So I think right now, Grupo Terricola are recognizing that. They want to try and hold on to this lead best they can and not even allow Emzu to get back into this one. Uh-oh, but you've just given Mizu space. This is not the player you want to give space to, but a great stop from Rubik's will hold off for now, but we're not quite done. 3 minutes remain here, and another offense from Emzu that's actually gonna end pretty quickly. Stizzy's gonna get some free time and space going the other way, and Grupo Terricola go up by 2.
Yeah, just like that, man. Beautiful aerial play out of Stizzy right there. Going to be guiding that one right in. And, man, so many times we just saw him just guiding it into the goal. And, you know, we're going to need to see a little bit better defense out of Emzu if they're going to want to win this first game. You know, we're already halfway through it. And right now, Grupo Terricola is looking very much in control. They're playing at their pace, which is extremely fast. And, you know, I'm not exactly sure how Mizu normally likes to play, but right now he's looking a little bit uncomfortable.
Not quite yet getting into that form that I'm expecting out of that player, but part of that is also the fact that I wonder if they even expected Grupo Terricola to be this strong of a team. Every once in a while, you play a couple of teams that haven't necessarily pressed you yet, and then you get one big dog and you go, Uh-oh, hold on. Let me see what we can do here. And I think that that's a little bit of what we've seen here. That boxing term that everybody always likes to talk about, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And that's a little bit of what we're seeing right now. Emzu probably came in with a plan for this one, but weren't quite able to execute. And now they're scrambling to try and find an alternative plan. But so far, it has not worked out. 2 minutes remaining here, trying their best to just get a goal on the board to start off with. Maybe they can get something here. Good block on the side out of Rubik's, which will not allow an easy shot. But Mizu, they're waiting in the wings to get the 50-50 and keep this one alive. Pass to the center. Is there going to be a follow-up? No such luck. Mizu just a little bit behind the play. And there goes that offense overall. And now here comes the counterattack. ASN trying to put this on target. No such luck. But with 90 seconds remaining, it is all eyes on Emzu here, Rome. They have got to try and find some sort of success on offense.
Yeah, gotta find it quick, but Stizzy yet again, he's already got the hat trick, man. 3 goals right now on 5 shots. Beautiful stuff coming out of him off the assist from Rubik's. And just like that, man, 3-0. And this squad in Grupo Terricola, they are looking so clean right now. And one thing that I will say that I've noticed is when they're on the offense, they're always looking for where the ball potentially could be going. They're not going for where it is now. They're swinging. They're doing wide swings on this ball. And if you see this squad in Imzu, they're more going for the direct approach, just like that, as Amore going to be bringing it back. And now this game is definitely well within reach, especially if they're able to pick up some momentum off of that.
Yeah, it's a huge pass, and that's really something they've been trying to execute this entire time. They have been going for plays like that, but just can't find the success. And now that they have, here we go. We've got a good battle for the last 70 seconds of this game, but it's a battle that is still a little bit one-sided. Grupo Terricola do not need any more goals in their favor. They just need to hold on here. That's a lot easier said than done, though! Now when the shots are off target, a huge opportunity for Emzu to take the lead, or not take the lead, cut the lead in half, I should say. It feels like it's been so tense that a goal like that should equalize, but it's not even going to happen. Emzu still down by 2 with 50 seconds to play, and that's got to be a heartbreaker, Rome. You've got to capitalize when opportunities like that arrive.
Yeah, big time, and you can still see the aggression is there from Stizzy and Rubik's, and right there, Stizzy getting his 4th goal. They are not letting up. They said, you know what, I don't even care if there's 45 seconds left. Most of the time, you get a team that is this talented in Imzu, you get them down a couple goals with only 45 seconds left. You just want to play that shell turtle defense and not let them get any goals, but Grupo is playing their game till the end. They said it doesn't matter. We're going to keep on putting this aggression, and you're going to have to deal with that, which is going to still buy us time in a way. As, man, these counter plays are just not coming in whatsoever from Imzu. They've been able to have one nice one, but aside from that, it has been all Grupo Terricola, and now 15 seconds left. I know you've seen some crazy things, but, man, I don't know if this is one of them.
I don't think it's possible. Unfortunately, kickoff goals alone take about 6 seconds, and now they not only need 3, they need 4. Emphasis to end this one as Rubik's and Stizzy link up in the air. And once again, for a team that I was not aware of, I'm going to not only be aware of you guys, get ready, I'm following you both on Twitter after this. I need to know where you guys came from, where you go in the future, every single move you make, because my, oh my, have you impressed me here today. With only about 10 seconds left here, it is all but said and done. Grupo Terricola will take the lead in this best-of-3 series, but now it's all eyes on Emzu. They have got to try and play from behind and show that that one spark of life they saw on offense was not just a fluke. They need consistency, and they need it fast. Otherwise, they're knocked out of this tournament overall, Roman. Oh boy, for a team that I've hyped up the entire day, I don't think it's going to look as bad on them as it will me if they end up losing this one. So, listen, boys, I'm cheering for you. Let's see if you can pull it back here in game number 2.
Hey, look, man, Grupo Terricola was looking absolutely incredible that entire game. There wasn't really a moment where I ever felt like they were giving it up to Imzu, where Imzu ever really had control of the game. It just never felt like that. Even though the scores, maybe for a moment, it felt like Imzu was starting to even things out when it was 3-1, when they needed that goal, like you said, barely went over the crossbar, weren't able to make it happen. And Grupo Terricola was able to just hold tried and true. Great stuff all around coming out of them, man. Beautiful game. Beautiful game.
Yeah, just incredible game. And now we get to watch it back in the replays here brought to you by Microsoft ATL. And I gotta say, sometimes you get the replays and you're like, we'll see if it really does summarize the game. This one's just gonna be a highlight reel. This is just a highlight reel for one side at this point. Grupo Terricola, let's see exactly how you got here. And it started with this dribble from Stizzy. Oh my word, was it something special. Mizu was able to make the save, but that set the tone as aerial prowess became the namesake here for all of Grupo Terricola as Stizzy dribbled that one past the defense. And from there on out, it was just a recovery game for all of MZU. Never able to find their footing. And unfortunately, they're going to have to try and battle it back in game 2 here, Rome.
Yeah, and they're going to have to find an answer quick on offense and on defense. Not only are they going to have to figure out how to be able to score against this squad, they're going to have to figure out how to stop them from scoring, because right now, Stizzy is looking like a man on a mission. His angles, his timing, everything is looking absolutely incredible from that man. So I will say, Stizzy, you've definitely impressed me today. I will definitely be following you on Twitter as well.
You gotta love it, showing a little bit of support not only in the game but also behind the scenes, as we'll be watching you in your future events. But first, you gotta make it out of this event alone, because we're not quite done here. As much as they do look impressive in game number 1, there's still absolutely a chance for MZU to come back here and take this equalizer. So we're gonna have to find out if they can do exactly that. We're gonna get ready with game number 2 here, hop on into the action, and again, it is all eyes on MZU at this point. They have got to try and pull this one back, not only to get momentum in their favor, but to just keep their tournament dreams alive. As it stands right now, Grupo Terricola are one game away from not only finding the finals, but guaranteeing themselves a spot in the end of this month, as well as the money, and they are one step closer. First goal in favor of Grupo Terricola.
Yeah, Stizzy already getting on the board. He is wasting no time. I feel like every single game that we've casted today of Stizzy, the first 10 seconds, he's got a goal to his name in the round, no matter what. Just great stuff from him overall yet again. And man, MZU, they're on their heels right now. So I know you know these boys. You spoke very highly of them. What's going through their heads right now if you're Mizu and Imore?
I would imagine, in my mind, I'm going, let's just stop them on the line here. The first step to making sure they can get back into this one is to minimize the amount of goals getting scored on them, because that seems to be the, oh my word, biggest issue, is that they fall to a deficit so quickly that they have to play the recovery game the entire time. So saves like that on Mizu are kind of critical right now. They need to happen. They're going to be absolutely crucial in their path to victory, and with only about a minute gone, it does look like they're starting to recognize that they can't play as aggressive as before. Maybe this adjustment's going to help them out, but a demo in front of the net is actually going to leave a little bit of space. Rubik's not able to sneak that one into the back of the net, but MZU not quite out of danger yet as the offense is still looming.
Yeah, and anytime Rubik's is tapping the ball, I'm definitely nervous if I'm MZU, because we've seen Rubik so many times leave it off for Stizzy today, and it looks like that's an open goal for Mizu. And like you said, the aggression, if you have it nonstop, that can definitely happen. A quick clear out, and Mizu's going to be scooping that one. He swooped around, said nobody's going to be taking this one from me. Just guiding it in, making sure that it's nice home safely. 1-1 now. Nice stuff coming out of Mizu right here.
Yeah, good stuff, and that's honestly what we needed to see, is that defensive hold until eventually they find an opportunity on the other end. That's how it's going to go.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a team that plays extremely aggressive, just hold off on their aggression until eventually you find that counterattack. We mentioned how important counterattacks are in 2v2, and we mentioned it for a reason. It is one of the most prominent ways to score a goal, but it's also one of the most prominent ways to leave yourself exposed. Both of MZU trying to dive onto that one for a full-on counterattack, but left themselves open on the back end. Luckily enough, Mizu was able to make the save, but can Imore now make the follow-up save? No such luck. Stizzy with a little finesse in front of the net, and Grupo Terricola will take the lead again.
Oh my goodness, the flippery set out of Stizzy, that was nasty. No, that was incredible. Stizzy is definitely in top tier form today. He is coming out for blood. Oh my goodness, in no way. He's gonna... Oh, Stizzy doing him greasy right now, as Stizzy's getting busy on the board, getting another one. You're gonna be immediately, I don't know if you want to call that a dunk on the ground. He just immediately put that one right into his own side. Beautiful stuff out of him, man. Stizzy's making a name for himself today.
He's made himself a name already at this point, and it's something that I'm rather interested to see who they face in the finals that could possibly slow down this team. MZU are a very capable squad. I've got to repeat this for what feels like the upteenth time, but unfortunately, they're just not quite able to display it here because Grupo Terricola have them read in every way, shape, and form.
Oh, here we go
again. They not
again.
only got the textbook, they memorized the chapters at this point, and Stizzy really does have every single thing mapped out. Oh my word, the one thing they weren't prepared for was a Mizu double tap, but unfortunately, it didn't find the back of the net. And I have nothing but compliments for this blue team right now. They just look so strong, and Rome, this is just a great game to watch. No matter what, whoever comes out on top, we have had a heck of a series on our hands.
Yeah, this is an incredible game for sure, and man, all around beautiful gameplay, but I will definitely say right now, Stizzy, with his aggression, his coordinated aggression is absolutely incredible. Definitely the best that I've seen today. Gorgeous plays out of him all around. His movement seems so pristine, man. You can tell he's definitely been practicing. Not sure where they were able to find this guy at, but hey, wherever they did find him, man, he's here now, and he's here to stay, as I'm sure he's going to be getting a lot more recognition and more respect from players like Mizu and company. And you know, right now, 1:40 seconds left. You gotta make something happen if you're MZU. It's not over yet. This squad is definitely capable of scoring 2 goals and taking this thing to overtime and forcing a third game. But you know, you're gonna have to score. And right now, this squad is looking so good in Grupo Terricola on defense.
They just look so solid all around, and that's what makes this so difficult, is that not only do MZU need to try and improve their offense a little bit, they need to slow down their opponents as well. So that's what makes this all the more difficult. It's really a dual-sided sword at this point. They're going to have to try and get some sort of offense here while also making sure their opponents don't find the same sort of offensive opportunity. Oh, but they just might. Stizzy going to find some space out in midfield, but unfortunately gives the ball away a little bit haphazardly, so now there's a chance. Mizu drops this one low, but no such follow-up from Amore. They are a little bit off on that one, and unfortunately, I think that rotation might just seal the deal here in game number 2. Rubik's going to try and delay with this one, and with only 45 seconds left, barring a miracle, I don't see MZU bringing this one back. So again, just nothing but shout-outs to everybody. Oh my word, on the Grupo Terricola team. Wait a minute, but there is a chance here. Mizu's got some time and space. Good challenge from Rubik's, but if they can get this offense to work, there is a chance here, Rome.
Yeah, all you need is 1 goal, and then anything's possible, but you got to go full offensive, and you can see the squad and Grupo is already making them pay for it. Any chance they get, they're going to be sending it and clearing that bad boy out. Just want to burn as much time as possible now. Yes, offensive prowess is cute, but now you just got to hold defense, because you know that this team is capable of making some magic happen, and just like that, 3, 2, 1, Grupo Terricola going to be upsetting MZU, knocking them out, and we'll see them next week.
Oh my word, MZU not quite able to live up to the expectations that I gave them on stream here. Not a bad performance in any way, shape, or form, but again, playing from behind the entire time. Never able to find a lead in this game, and it came back to bite them as Grupo Terricola take a 2-0 sweep over one of the highest rated seeds in this entire tournament. Really, I have nothing but compliments for Grupo Terricola. What on earth? Genuinely, what on earth? What a performance from a team that I had never heard of. I mean, it makes me think back to one of the previous winners we have of this tournament in Smokes Evo, another team that I had not heard of. Come to find out that Smokes is not only great at Rocket League, he's a dual pro Rocket League and COD player. And then Evo is the top-ranked PS4 player on the planet. He then also went on to get signed by Singularity as their sub. So, hey, my fault for being naive, apparently, at this point. I need to do a little bit more research on these Rocket League players here, because, my oh my, what a performance from the team that we did not have info on here today.
Hey, look, no info on them whatsoever. You know, new caster, new players. Hey, look, everybody's doing good today. You know, you love to see it, man. Maybe I gave him some Cinderella juice. Who knows, man? But either way, great stuff overall out of Grupo Terricola. That name is so ridiculous, but shout out to them, man. Rubik's and Stizzy, they were doing absolutely incredible today. You know, Rubik's mainly on the defense. Stizzy was absolutely a force on the offensive side to deal with. And I think that Mizu and Amore, they're going to be watching back this VOD saying, what went wrong and how did Stizzy take us over? And we're going to see that right now as, man, just beautiful plays all around. This is mainly going to be a Stizzy highlight reel as it starts off right there, and it doesn't really stop.
No, it never really does. They just continue to go for shot after shot after shot. And while we saw some great saves on the line out of Mizu and company, it's not enough to give them the victory here. I talk about about this a lot in Rocket League. It's one thing to make a save, it's another thing to make a clear that turns into an offense, and we never really saw that out of MZU throughout that entire game. And we definitely saw it out of their opponents. My, oh my, how Grupo really impressed me here today. We're going to see them in the finals in just a little bit, but like you said, first let's watch back on what is basically the highlight reel. The one nice goal we did see from MZU was that passing play right there, but that was pretty much it. Everything else from there on out was all Grupo Terricola. They took a large victory in game number 1 and did the same thing in game 2. Early goal 10 seconds in and set this tone very quickly. This team looks ferocious. They are ready for the finals, and honestly, I think they're ready to win the finals as well.
Yeah, they're definitely ready for the finals, and if you ask me, they're looking ready for the main event right now. Man, that was just an impressive performance, not only in this game, but the game that we saw earlier from them as well. Man, both matches from them extremely clean overall. I'm definitely very impressed with pretty much everything that I've seen from this squad today. Offense, defense, coordination, plays, mechanics. It's all there for this squad. So this is definitely one to watch out for if you're the competition right now. I would definitely be a little bit shook.
Yeah, that's the big thing here, is that if you've been watching this game, you're going to have to be a little bit scared going into it. But first, they got to shake off those nerves and just get into this next one, because we've got Mamere Esports versus Northway. And Northway, a team that you and I did recognize the players on that. If that is the Aqua that you and I are thinking about here, they might be pretty strong, as well as Pablo, another very capable player. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to have an easy time. Mamere Esports, like I had mentioned before, have been hunting for that victory here in the Atlanta Community Open for months at this point. I think they've gone all the way back to July is the earliest I can remember them. We're here in October. They're still hunting for that victory. I've got faith they can get it done here today, but they've got quite the test for them in Northway, a team which we did somewhat recognize going into this one and have dominated opponents thus far, taking wins against multiple different squads. But again, I really do think this is going to be the biggest test that they face the entire day. Rome, we are in for a treat for this second semifinal.
Oh yeah, this one is going to be definitely one that we're going to want to pay close attention to, because right here it matters so much. Like you said, top 3 are going to be moving on, so this one's extremely important. So let's hop right into it, not waste any time, as I'm excited to get into this one, man. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So both squads here ready to go, and I'm more than ready to go with this one. Man, KJ, he was on a tear the last time that we saw him. Let's see if he can keep it up.
We're going to have to find out if they can do exactly that. Game number 1 in this best of 3. And again, we've seen it so far here tonight. Every single one of these has been a sweep, because that team that comes out on top first really sets the tone for the rest of the play. And, oh boy, it might just be Northway, because here they go already showing their mechanical abilities. And Aqua very much doing the same. 20 seconds into this one, cross-court air dribble. And that's a heck of a way to set the tone.
Yeah, big time. 1-0 early goals, just like we saw in the last game out of Stizzy. Who knows? That might be a little teaser of what we can see in the future for the grand finals. Who knows? But first, Northway is going to have to get through Mamere Esports. And we saw Mamere, like you said, they played such a solid game. But man, when you're going up against players like Pablo and Aqua, you are going to have to be on your A+ game if you want to even hang. And right now, 26 seconds into the game, they're already up 2-0 and looking very comfortable.
Oh my word, Northway really living up to the expectations that we had for them. A fantastic game overall here. And only 30 seconds in, and they've shown exactly what we were expecting out of these teams. But unfortunately, we're not really seeing Mamere live up to the expectations so far here. Looking a little bit flustered by the outpour of offense we saw to start this game, and I think they're going to have to get back into this one. If they want to try and compete with these opponents right now, they need to not only match their pace of play, but they've got to show the same aggression on offense. They may not be as mechanically skilled, but their rotations are great, and they are very prepared for high levels of play. Oh, but are they prepared for this flick? This one high, a little bit off target, but Aqua waiting in the wings will not actually go for it. A little bit more methodical play, and makes sense. Northway take a 2-0 lead early. At this point, they don't need to necessarily show more offensive prowess. They just need to play conservatively enough that they can hold on to this lead.
Yeah, especially if they already feel like they are the better team. They already have the lead, and now it's just more about comfortability, reading and reacting and playing off of their mistakes just like that. You're going to be putting that one into goal easily is Aqua with barely any contest whatsoever, man. Great stuff all around, man. Just a beautiful play as we see in the replay right here, man, just guiding that bad boy in. Aqua, yet again on the board, 3-0 right now. This squad and Mamair is going to have to do something and do it very quick.
It's another one of those things where it just kind of feels like if it goes out of hand too quickly, they're really going to run into some issues here. And that's the big thing, is that it feels like Mamair are already putting themselves on the back heel here and trying to recover best they can, but just aren't finding that recovery. I think they really do need that one goal to just give them that spark of life and get them rejuvenated again. Something we had talked about in teams previously, but none of them had ever been able to find. And the question is can Mamair be the ones to break the streak here and find that momentum? Got some offensive pressure building here, but no such luck as Aqua will take this one the other way. 20 boosts in the tank, so not much they can do, but what about Pablo on the follow-up? No such luck. KJ gonna take this one out, and now a chance for Mamair to take the goal back in their favor, but cannot quite do so. Aqua with a fantastic stop, and once again, Mamair coming close to finding a goal, but just can't quite find the back of the net.
Yeah, close, no cigar, and now we're halfway through already. Still nothing on the board for Mamair. And a Northway just trying to keep this thing in a stalemate, essentially. They don't need to be too aggressive. They don't need to play too defensive. They just need to feel just right. Play their own game. They're already up 3-0 doing so. And just wait for Mamair to make mistakes. It's really all you have to do at this point. And right now we're seeing a nice play from Mamair, but that's going to be blocked out as they're not going to let them get a goal that easily. Not getting back into the game just like that. And oh, man, Pablo off the top ropes, able to send that bad boy in. Great guidance from him right there. Boom! Love that part, as that one is going to be going straight across the crossbar, straight into the goal. Beautiful stuff. No defense going to be able to stop that one.
No, not at all. Even if you're prepared for a shot like that, you're hoping that the bar just bounces that one out and you get a little bit of a reprieve from the offensive explosion we are seeing out of Northway right now. They are unrelenting on this offense, and that's what's making this so incredibly difficult for all of Mamair to try and find momentum back in their favor. They need to not only find a goal, they need to stop Northway from scoring on them. And finally, they do exactly that. MK gets the follow-up from the KJ solo play and finds the first goal for Mamair. This could be the start of something great here. We need to see something more, though, Rome. This one goal is not going to be just enough to make them have that comeback.
Yeah, it could be the start of something great, but they're going to need it to be the start of something great because, like you said, it's been a 2-0 every single series that we've casted, mainly because of that momentum. You're able to get that mental edge, as well as you know how the other team is going to be playing, and just like that, KJ going to be dropping in another goal and back-to-back goals now. This squad in Mamair is answering exactly how we said that they needed to. And, 2 goals within 20 seconds. Perfect plays out of them to be able to execute that one. And, man, they're going to have to bring this one back and bring it back quickly. 2-4. They're within 2 goals now. I'm excited, man. What are you thinking? You think it's going to happen?
I mean, it's possible, but unfortunately the big thing is that they just need to kind of find some consistency amongst their play. We've seen a couple of very shoddy plays in multiple different positions, and unfortunately, if you can't get that to drop in the back of the net, what are you going to get to drop in the back of the net? Oh, not that shot either. KJ just a bit off target, and MK just pinched this into their own half. This shot not going to go in from Aqua, but with only about a minute remaining, it's up to Mamair to try and continue with this momentum. There is no way. KJ almost gets the flip reset low to dunk that one in, but it will not be the end of the offense at minimum. 1 minute remaining. Is there a chance here? They need to make sure that Pablo doesn't score with this, and KJ does exactly that. But what about the follow-up? Deflected out by Aqua, but it won't be the end of the... Wait a minute. It is the end of the offense. Aqua instead takes us the other way. There is no way. Aqua from a great stop on the back end to an amazing attack on the other, and this will seal the game in favor of Northway.
Yeah, beautiful play by Aqua, man. He did that all by himself. Got the nice block, able to take it right the other way into the goal. 5-2, putting this one essentially out of reach. You look at a goal potentially every 10 seconds, so 3 goals, 30 seconds, and then it'll probably start to get out of reach. And just like I say that, hey, there's one goal, so you're able to get that back. Right back within 2 goals, and it's in reach just like that, So you got about 18 seconds to get this next goal, and who knows, man? Who knows? We might be seeing an incredible comeback from Mamair.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed. At this point, I just want to see an overtime. We haven't seen an overtime all day, and these two teams are by far the closest matchup we have had. These guys look like they could do it, but it is up to Mamer Esports to capitalize while they've got the opportunity. 30 seconds left. Need to find some more offensive pressure, but they're just giving time to Pablo to do whatever he wants. He's not going to go for an offense. He's just going to stall, try and bait you in, and that's exactly what just happened there. Aqua with free time and space, but misses the nail in the coffin. There is a chance if they can get an offense together, but no such luck. Pablo will go for the follow-up. Can't get the double touch, but at this point, it is out of hand. No such luck. 3 seconds left, and even if this is scored, they need 2 to make the comeback and cannot. Northway, take the victory here in 5-3 fashion. And now all they need is one more. As much as this has been a battle, they by far look like they're in the lead right now, Rome.
Yeah, Northway are looking incredible. They're looking like they haven't really missed a beat from the last main event. They looked absolutely incredible there, and, they're looking pretty good here already. So, if they are able to continue this trend and win this second map, that's going to be massive for them. But let's go ahead and take a look at how they won the first map right here with these replays.
Yeah, we're going to see a little bit of stunting, I would say, from both teams because both of them did look pretty solid. But this first goal, when I say set the tone, this is what we're talking about. That is how you get favor for your team. That is how you show that you are here to play. And my, oh my, did everyone from Northway show up to play. Both Pablo and Aqua really showing off those aerial skills and those mechanics overall. 3 goals in a row, all from aerial prowess. And as much as we did see the comeback start to amount from their opponents in Mamer Esports, it never felt like they were in favor. And again, this is something we've seen all night, Rome. The team that plays from behind can't quite find the comeback, even if they put in their best effort.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. That second game is just so detrimental. You already feel you're down 1-0. You know it's a best of 3. You got to face the same team. You know what they're capable of. And you essentially got to, within 30 seconds, find a way to do what you just did, but make it work this time. And, that's a lot easier said than done. So, right now, for sure, this squad in Northway is definitely setting themselves up for success right now and potentially heading into the grand finals where they're going to have a massive match waiting for them if they do make it there.
That's the big thing here is that as much as these two teams look absolutely fantastic, they have got something, well, let's say looming in the wings right now. Grupo Terricola look incredibly strong here, and they look like they could match up against either of these teams pretty well. But maybe we see something here in game number 2. Maybe we find that spark of life out of Mamer Esports that we've been waiting for. If we can find that, I got faith we get a really good back and forth in the finals here. But as it stands right now, it looks like Northway might be the team to go to the finals there and really put their mechanical skills to test against another very mechanical team. And specifically in Stizzy, one of the players that we've been talking about all night who have just been absolutely unreal every time. We're going to have to see, though. This second game going to be very telling. I really do think that if Northway start off on the right foot within, let's say, the first minute to 30 seconds, they're just going to go through with another sweep. If Americans score early, though, I do think they've got a chance. Again, we keep seeing this play from behind moments where teams go down early, find their life in the second half of the game, but by that point, it is already too late. So I think it's crucial for Mamer right now to find that early goal, find some momentum in their favor, and then try to run with it.
Yeah, and there was a good portion of time during that last game where Mamer, they were able to get some goals, even some very quick goals, to show that potential that they do have on offense. But at this rate, if you're going to be giving up that many goals, your offense isn't going to matter if you can't keep up the pace. And that's what we saw right there is a lot of times they had a goal scored on them. They were able to return one back, but that doesn't exactly bring you any closer than they were, as they were already down 3 goals at that time. So maybe they'll be able to take the momentum that they were able to make in that second half where it was pretty much a 50-50 game and, bring it into this game number 2 is we're hopefully going to be seeing a 2-1 comeback. So, because I'm excited to see that potentially. So, we'll see right now as we're going to be hopping into the game. Very excited.
We're going to have to see. The excitement is buzzing on both sides. Both teams know what's at stake here. For Northway, it's a chance to take a 2-0 sweep, guarantee themselves some money, guarantee themselves the finals at the end of the month, and they are playing like they are aware of that. Northway, 9 seconds into this one, and already find themselves their first goal.
Yeah, and like you said, that mental edge can be massive. You see Aqua just making sure that he kept on dribbling it off of that crossbar, man. And then Pablo was able to come in and finish it off. Just an amazing amazing teamwork out there, just letting him know it's here for you, it's here for you, Pablo. I'm coming in, and there he goes, able to get that nice goal there. Aqua almost able to get a second one already. Man, they are not letting up with this aggression. They are trying to put them in the ground right now. They are not letting up at all, and that's the thing that you love to see out of the top players in these tournaments, is just the non-stop aggression. Don't let them feel like they can breathe at any moment.
Yeah, that's the big thing here, is making sure to keep up that consistency. It doesn't matter if you've got a little bit of room to breathe. Take it away. Take their breath away, quite literally. And Northway are doing exactly that. They are keeping up this aggression on offense, putting the pressure up against Premier Esports. But finally, we get a little bit of reprieve. Can they go the other way and do something with it? KJ, I think, tried to go for a flip reset there. But, hey, sometimes the fundamentals are a fundamental for a reason. Rather than trying to go for something too fancy, force a 50-50 and let your partner follow it up, because that's exactly what they were expecting. Mamere looking for the two-man play, but instead find no play at all. And Northway take it the other way and put themselves up by 2.
Yeah, Northway looking extremely solid now. They're up 2-0, 1 minute in, same position that they found themselves in last game. And, you know, now it's going to be all about this third goal. This third goal means so much. And there it is. Okay, so Aqua gets the third goal, and just like that, you know, this game is starting to get out of reach. I was going to say the third goal matters so much because, you know, that's the difference between, you know, being within 1 goal, you know, it's a very even game, or 3-0, and now it feels almost like you're between a rock and a hard place. Now you have to go more offensive in a 2v2 situation, and that just means that Aqua and Pablo are going to be able to do that. You go aggressive, it immediately gets returned to the other side, and man, I've been talking so much because they just keep on scoring.
I can't really blame you at this point, but that's exactly what you were talking about there, with the aggression from Mamere going up means that they're leaving themselves exposed. MK, I think, takes a challenge out at midfield, leaving K by themselves on the back half, and that's really what you kind of expect here, is that Mamere really are going to have to throw everything at their opponents. They got to throw everything and the kitchen sink at them if they want to have a shot here at making this comeback. But with 3.5 minutes remaining, it is technically possible. They have plenty of time, but 4-0 is not a deficit you want to be in, considering that the teams playing from behind here, historically, at least today, have never been able to do so. It's been rather difficult to find a comeback when someone has so much momentum in their favor. The Northwood seem to know that. They're playing a little bit more reserved now. They are not trying to play as aggressive. They're just waiting for opportunities, and when those opportunities arrive, they do the most with them, i.e. Aqua hits a double tap out of nowhere. 5th goal to Norway. And, I mean, I should be freaking out about this goal, but this is standard for this team at this point, Rome.
Yeah, that was beautiful from Aqua, man. Just a beautiful double tap. It's routine for them at this point. They're feeling very, very comfortable, and I'm not going to lie, I'm more excited at this point just because we know what the finals are going to be now. We get to watch Aqua and Stizzy battle it out, see which offensive player is going to be able to come out victorious, because, man, I'm not going to say it's over, but I'm saying that this is not going to be a win for Mamere Esports, to say the least, as right now they are definitely not looking like themselves that we've seen in the past during this tournament. And that is sad to say, is right now Northway is definitely going to be feeling themselves.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one if Mamere can somehow at least get some momentum in their favor. I want to say it's possible for a comeback, but I kind of got to agree with you here, Rome. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Northway have clinched themselves a spot in the finals, and we're going to see them versus Grupo Terricola. I have nothing but excitement for these two teams. This really is going to be a battle and a half. It's a battle for not only $175, but it's a battle to show who's going to get the better seed going into the finals at the end of the month, because that's going to mean a whole lot. These two teams are really going to want to show what they've got before that final, because, heck, it doesn't really matter who comes out on top here today, because the team that loses is going into the finals with some fury underneath them. They want to try and give this as much aggression as possible, and, well, the aggression, it doesn't really always work out for every team. Mamere trying to play a little bit more preemptively on this one, and, well, 2 misses in a row aren't really going to help them out. Mamere Esports down by 6 with 2 minutes remaining. Rome, it's technically possible, but when I say technically, I mean, it's about as technically possible as trying to fight off a medieval knight with a fork. So it's gonna be a little bit difficult.
It's technically possible, you know, definitely technically possible, but you know, it's technically possible for oh man, I was gonna say something very interesting. We're just gonna go ahead and move on from that, and man, You got to catch yourself sometimes. Is right now, this squad of Mamere has to catch themselves right here as they have been slipping this entire time. 6-0 lead for the side of Northway, and they have been putting it on them right now. And like you said, they are just going to be cruising as this one is all but over. They're more getting those mechanics ready for this next matchup because they know that there is a squad waiting for them. And I will say that is some new blood that should be very feared in these tournaments because they have been looking extremely clean. And I guess this next match against Northway is really going to be the test for this squad that starts with a G. You know, you forget their name because it's so ridiculous. But, you know, that squad, they are going to need to see how good they are going up against Aqua and Pablo because they are putting on an absolute show right now.
Yeah, this is just an unreal showcase of absolute offensive prowess, power. I don't know, as many descriptors as you can basically give to Northway at this point. They deserve them all. Every descriptor but bad here because they really have played absolutely phenomenally. Unfortunate I say that when I do. Caster Curse had to show itself at some point today, obviously. But it shows up with 25 seconds left, and well, really, that's not enough time to really change the outcome here. 5 goals down with 25 seconds. Barring basically kickoff goal after kickoff goal after kickoff goal after kickoff goal, this one's out of hand. Northway are going to move on to the grand finals here, and already they've actually wasted too much time to even make this possible. The ball did not go straight into the net. So, listen, I understand they just scored another one. Rome, I'm still saying this goes in favor of Northway. I don't think statistically this is possible for them to make the comeback.
Yeah, at this point, they're going to need a goal off of every single kickoff, and that's something that we really haven't seen 4 times in a row happen, at least to my knowledge. So who knows, you know, but already 5 seconds out of those 20 are going to be gone. So this one is all but done and in the bag for Northway as, you know, they're just going to be floating this bad boy around. Pablo and Aqua moving on to the finals, securing at least a chunk of that prize money for today for these qualifiers. Great stuff out of Northway.
Fantastic game all around, and at this point, they've given themselves the most momentum possible going into that grand final. The only way they could have changed that is if they had shut out their opponents, and heck, not everybody's going to be able to stay perfect. No one is perfect, and at this point, Northway do not need to because they have found themselves a very dominant victory going into that grand finals. This is going to be an interesting one. That is semifinal number 2. We have got both of our teams set for this incredible grand. It is Grupo Terricola versus Northway. And, well, as we look back on these replays from that series, we get to see exactly why I think it's going to be an insane battle. I mean, Rome, this is basically just going to be a highlight reel for Northway at this point.
Oh yeah, big time, big time. And these replays powered by Microsoft ATL going to be coming at you and coming at you fast. Just as Aqua and Pablo were in this match, they weren't letting off at all. You see 25 seconds in, already 2-0 in the first game. And man, the trend today has been fast goals and holding the lead. We've seen that all throughout today. Teams are scoring in the first 20-30 seconds, able to get that nice lead and then just starting to cruise and play at their pace. And you know, first goal, not saying first goal always wins, but that is starting to be the trend today. If you're able to get that early momentum and able to hold on and play that time game, that you're going to be sitting pretty. And, you know, right here, this squad, they were just putting in amazing work. They were up 4-0 at one time. Great stuff all around from Northway, man. Beautiful gameplay.
Yeah, just incredible gameplay out of Northway there. I really have nothing but to say ditto, basically, to the compliments you have given to this team. They played absolutely phenomenally, and again, the question really is, based on these replays, they did this against a team that wasn't really giving them a lot of contest in the air. I mentioned this earlier, that Mamere Esports, despite being a very capable team, don't necessarily always have the greatest mechanics. So now they face a team in Grupo who do have very strong mechanics. They're going to test you in the air almost every single time that you try. So this is going to be an interesting one. I think we're in for a heck of a grand final, and these replays really do just go to show that Northway dominating throughout this entire series. And oh boy, I mean, really, I've got nothing but excitement and just absolutely adrenaline pounding through my heart here as we get to go into this grand final. Your take going into this one, Rome, do you think this is going to Grupo Terricola? Are they going to be able to continue their dominance, or is Northway, the other surprise team now, going to end up taking this one?
I'm going to be completely honest. I've seen some amazing things out of Aqua recently. But I love the way that Stizzy is playing, man. Their coordination was amazing. And I will say that even toward the end there, Northway did start to look a little bit shaky on their defense. Grupo Terricola never looked shaky on their defense at any point today that we saw them. So, maybe that little slippage at the end by Northway, maybe that's going to be a trend of what's going to be happening in this next game. But who knows, man? I'm going to ride with the new boys, man. Grupo Terricola, show me what you got.
I don't want to disagree with you just because I feel like Stizzy in particular has been so incredibly capable. The only reason I think I'm going to sway to Northway, though, is the fact that they have what seems like a, well, dual-edged sword. Both of their players have that mechanical prowess. And as much as Grupo Terricola do have two very capable players, it feels like Northway just have a little bit more when it comes to that aerial battle. Both Pablo and Aqua were scoring goals out of absolutely nowhere pretty much every single time. So that's what makes this so difficult, is that for a team like this who have played so well previously, have they played against a team where both players are popping off? Obviously, they were able to handle Mzu when it seemed like Mizu was by far the better player of the two, but now they've got Northway. Two good players, two very capable players. Are they going to be able to handle that? I've got faith here, Rome, that no matter what, even if we do not necessarily see one of these two teams excel to the degree we had seen before, we're going to see a good battle back and forth. And that's all I'm really hoping for, is that this grand final, this best of 5, I need to remind you all, that is now a best of 5, is going to go to 5 games. I want to see this back and forth more than anything else, because with all the sweeps we've seen here tonight, I'm still just waiting on that overtime. That overtime is what I'm looking for here. I just want one of them before we end this night.
Oh, yeah, and if we get one with these two teams, I'm sure it's going to be very spicy, man. Both of these teams are high-paced, high-octane teams, very solid on offense. We've seen some amazing coordination. Like you said, the side of Northway, Aqua, he's playing up, he's playing in your face, and then you got Pablo. If he's able to play that defensive role, if he's able to play it to perfection, he's able to get those easy assists out for Aqua early that we saw so many times, just those counter plays. If you're messing up your offensive plays, this squad in Northway is going to make you pay. And that starts off with Pablo. And we're going to be hopping right into the game right now and see exactly who is going to be coming out victorious between Grupo Terricola and Northway.
Have to find out. 5 minutes on the clock in this grand final for the Atlanta Community Open qualifier number 1 for October. Both of these teams have qualified at this point, but now they are playing for seeding and for money. 125 goes to first place, $50 to the second, over double the prize money if you can take the win here, and both those teams are going to show it. Let's see who can come off on the right foot first. Pablo with a fantastic flick, and it looks like Northway are going to start up their offense once again.
Yeah, and right now, Stizzy, he had to come in with an incredible save already. He's had some amazing saves throughout the day that we've seen, swooping in at the last second, seemingly out of nowhere to make the impossible happen. And already he's able to do that once, keeping an early goal out of their hands. But Stizzy not going to be able to stop Pablo, as Pablo just dribbled that one right over Stizzy. It seems like Stizzy was just waiting for the right time to try and block it, but Pablo able to guide that bad boy right in and go up 1-0. And now Grupo, we're going to need to see them in a position that we haven't seen them in on their heels.
A fantastic flick into the back of the net there. And that's the thing. This is why I said it's going to be so hard to stop Northway. They have two very capable players on offense. And as much as Aqua might have been stunting in the first matchup we saw, it is all the Pablo show here in game 1 of this grand final. 2 goals within the first minute. And this might be another one of those things where Grupo Terricola come out the gates expecting one thing and then find another. They do not look prepared for the offense in Northway right now.
Yeah, and the thing is that we've seen Grupo this entire day have incredible aggression on offense, but we haven't really seen a team make them pay for it. We've seen teams get it to the other side, get it back in their possession, but they haven't been able to score goals off of it, and we've attributed it to great last-second defense by Grupo Terricola. And now this squad in Northway, they're making them pay, and they're making them pay hard. They're saying, look, you're going to have to play some more traditional defense, or else we're going to be counter-scoring on you all day.
Yeah, that's the big thing here is that it just looks like a different offense overall. And once again, another example of what you're talking about is that Grupo have been relying on going back to their defense and rushing back to make the saves. But when they can't get back in time, what happens? Again, Rubix goes out for that boost out at midfield. We saw that become one of the most impactful plays of the entire first round. Now we see it not only become impactful in the finals, but it puts the team down by 3 at this point. It's been 90 seconds, and Northway come out the gates not only firing, they have brought an absolute army with them. Luckily enough, though, there has been some resistance. Grupo Terricola finally get a goal on the board, and with over 3 minutes remaining, they do have a shot to make the comeback.
Yeah, and there is the classic Stizzy off the rip, off the kickoff goal that you love to see. And he might need to do a couple more of those in this series if he's going to want to pull this one off. Because right now, that's the first sign of hope that this squad has really showed. But they got to show that they can do more than just make a nice play off the kickoff. They have to battle this team where it really counts, and that's in the field. And oh my goodness, Rubik's able to keep that one out of the net. That was almost a massive goal from the side of Northway.
Doing a good job, though, at just keeping up with that aggression. Some teams would have a goal scored against them, and they'd start to get a little bit flustered, play a little bit more defensive, and try and readjust their strategy. But considering they are up by 2 still with just about half the game remaining, I'm glad to see them sticking to their guns and sticking to this over-aggression on offense. It leaves them in such good positions on repeat, and it might just lead them to another goal as well. Pablo sets up his teammate in Aqua, but Aqua not quite able to get there, so instead will play defensively and play a little bit more reserved. Gets the 50-50 out at midfield and will not go for the follow-up. Instead, it is Pablo who will do so. Can they get the double touch as well? They're almost able to do so, but not quite. Couldn't read the ball out of the corner perfectly, and now it's going to leave room for no way. Okay, I thought that Northway was going to stop that one, but no such luck. Grupo Terricola cutting the lead in half, and now they're only 1 goal behind here, Rome.
Yeah, great stuff, Stizzy. You saw he had to readjust real quick, go back to the left as that thing bounced right off the crossbar. Beautiful stuff, man. Great follow-up play, helping your teammate out. That's exactly what you need to do. But even just like that, if that doesn't go in, if that happens to bounce off the crossbar, if Stizzy misses that, that ball is getting sitting right back to the other end, and Aqua's got another goal in his pocket. So, man, it just shows how much you have to capitalize off these situations, because this squad is just so capable of scoring at any time. Pablo with just an amazing play right there, able to squeeze this one in the very corner right under Stizzy's nose. My goodness, Stizzy was almost able to block that one, just barely missed it.
Fantastic play all around here. Northway really showing they will not give up no matter what. Oh my word, and did they just pull off a Spanish kickoff? No, not quite. I think that Pablo wasn't really prepared there, and I'll give a little bit of insight here because I know that, Rome, that might be a little bit unfamiliar for you. Faking the kickoff, going exactly for the demo, not caring about what your other defender does, is called the Spanish kickoff traditionally, as it was popularized by Team Queso, a Spanish org. I don't see it a lot in 2v2, though. 2v2 is a place you don't really try that because you don't really have as much room for error. Somehow, some way, though, I think that's the second time we've seen Grupo Terricola go for a Spanish kickoff. They haven't found success from it yet, but hey, I like to see the innovative play. You know, always a welcome change here.
Oh yeah, big time. You know, that's really interesting to know. You know, I'm always down for a little bit of destruction, so definitely not mad at a Spanish kickoff here and there. And you know, two-point difference right now. About a minute left from these two squads. What are we gonna have to see out of Grupo Terricola right here?
I mean, the biggest thing we need to see out of them is just get some more offense together here. It feels like once they do get Northway in a little bit of an awkward position on defense, they've been able to capitalize, but it feels like they've gotten so punished from the aggression of their opponents that they're no longer trying to hold this midfield. They're playing rather passively, and, oh, well, apparently it's not passive enough, though, because Northway will find themselves a 5th goal. Despite them hanging back pretty far here, I really did think that we would see a stop on the back end out of AS, but no such luck. Unfortunate play, and that might actually be the downfall here. With 43 seconds left, I don't know if Rubo have the time to make the comeback happen.
Yeah, and just as you say that, so close to being able to get their 3rd goal right there off the kickoff again. The squad's so good at their kickoff plays, but not able to capitalize on that one there. Still 3-goal difference, 30 seconds left. This squad is not looking very good right now to win this round, at least, as we're going to need to see them come back better in this next one. And what do you think they really need to improve on right here Obviously, the defense is right now definitely lacking as they go down a fourth goal. But what are we going to need to see from Stizzy and this Grupo Terricola squad? What do you feel?
I mean, I think the big thing is we need to see a little bit more of a maneuvering from both players. Again, this is why I had Northway going into this one, is that both Pablo and Aqua seem like they could score at any moment. It still kind of feels like Stizzy is carrying the majority of the offense here for Grupo Terricola. As much as Rubik's has not played this poorly, they don't seem to have the same sort of firepower as their teammate here. So I think we need to see a little bit more out of Grupo Terricola in terms of, well, group play, pun intended at this point, because it just doesn't seem like the duo is really running back and forth across this field effectively. It feels like this is a very one-sided affair where Stacey goes into offense. Okay, the offense didn't work. It's up to Rubik's to try and contain this one. Thus why they had 5 saves in that game. And then Northway are just going to inevitably outnumber them in a 2v1. So let's look back at these replays powered by Microsoft ATL and see if we can actually see what they did wrong here. Again, I just want to take note. How many times do we see Rubik's in these replays get stuck by themselves in a 1v1 on the back end? Not for the first goal, obviously, because Pablo dismantled the defense there. But maybe, let's see if we can see exactly where the defense broke down on the rest of them.
Yeah, you see right there, just able to get another open goal off the return. And after that, this squad definitely played a lot more passive, but it ended up not mattering. Aqua and Pablo just had their way with them. It didn't matter. They were getting goals wherever they wanted, whenever they wanted. And man, this was the closest that it ever was when it was 3-2. And after that, it was really all Pablo and Aqua from there. It seemed like they started to get a feel of how this team is going to be playing, how they want to play against them, and they executed it perfectly. And Pablo and Aqua, man, they showed why they are one of the best to come into these tournaments. They are absolutely incredible. Great timing. Like you said, both of them are capable of scoring at any moment. And right now, Stizzy, like you said, he's looking like a one-man army over there. Might need a little bit of help from his teammate if they're going to need to win this one, because, man, you can be as great on defense as you want, but when it's time to score, you got to be able to hit those shots.
That's the big thing. It just looks like the rotations right now are a little bit lackluster for Grupo Terricola here. But as we get into game number 2 of this series, we're going to have to find out whether or not we can see those necessary adjustments. I really do think that this is the most important game we're going to see of the series, though, for Grupo Terricola. They lose this one, they have got to reverse sweep against Northway. And again, so far tonight, if history shows us anything, there are no comebacks in Rocket League. They apparently don't exist. So Northway gonna try and just kind of close the game down in this one. But let's see if Grupo Terricola can try and fight back.
Yeah, and you can see Grupo, they're not letting up. They're gonna be keeping on this aggression. And I guess this is their style. They're gonna ride by it, and they might die by it. But hey, at least they have a plan. And it looks like, oh man, this is just such a nice battle right here on this side. Just battling for control. A nice cross coming out of Stizzy, not able to land that one in. We've seen him have some amazing angles, but that isn't going to be one of them. Almost able to pull off a great play right there. As these players, these teams are just jockeying for position right now. Just trying to make sure that they all have control, getting the exact play that they want. We're seeing a lot more passive play out of these two teams, and I like it.
That's the big thing, is we're seeing a lot more methodical play. Neither team really wants to throw everything at the table here and just kind of show all of their cards already. They want to play this one slowly, because I think that's the big thing here, is that Grupo Terricola recognize when they try to match the pace of play of their opponents, they're going to get dusted every time. They've been cross-court countered too many times for me to count at this point. So if they can play a little bit more methodically, play a little bit more patiently, they can find opportunities like that. But unfortunately, Rome, it will not find the back of the net. 90 seconds into this one, and neither team has scored a goal. And I'll be honest, I like this change, because that means the first goal we see is going to have to be an absolute banger if it wants to find the back of the net. How about a passing play like this? Not quite, but the follow-up from Aqua will not find it either. Rubik's with another fantastic save, and again, even with fantastic shots like that, it's not enough to penetrate the defense.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Rubik's, he had an amazing chance to get a shot on goal, just had to hit the right angle. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Stizzy would have hit that angle, but who knows, man. If that was Stizzy hitting that shot, would have been a lot more confident in it going in. So like you said, man, you got to be able to have that precision on offense to help out your team, because Stizzy can't be the only one capable of scoring. You got, especially against a team like this, they're not going to be giving you an easy goal as we have clearly not seen. The squad hasn't given up an easy goal all day, and they certainly won't do it in the grand finals when the money's on the line. There we go. Rubik's able to get a beautiful goal in for himself, get himself on the board, and go up 1-0. Man, beautiful, beautiful little redirect in the air out of him. Great stuff.
Great shot all around, and what a way to give confidence back to your team. Not only do you take the lead, but you do it just past halftime, making it so now it's crunch time for the other team. But Pablo might be prepared for that. Top left bins perfectly flicked, and Rome, that's got to be a heartbreaker for Group. You do so much effort to try and get that 1-goal lead, and it is erased within a moment.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you feel like you're battling it out. It's all even. It feels amazing. You finally get a goal. And then immediately 10 seconds later, all those feelings are reset and you're right back in the same position. So I'm sure that is definitely going to be taking a little bit of a mental toll on the side of Grupo Terricola, but you can't let that fluster you. You got to stay level-headed. You got to stay calm. You got to stay cool, because this squad in Northway, they're not going to be letting up whatsoever. And Grupo, man, doing great things.
Fantastic stuff on both sides here. We're really seeing a battle that we had been hoping for, but unfortunately, the battle can't really be even for Grupo Terricola here. They need this win. Like we mentioned, it is going to be game point if Northway take this one, and they're looking to do that right here. 100 seconds left on the clock. They're pressing the issue on offense. Good interference from Aqua is going to leave the defense a little bit flustered, but can they recover? Rubik's with a great recovery off the wall and pops this one all the way out. 90 seconds left here. Can we see a shot from Northway that finishes this off? Maybe. This one off the backboard. No such luck on a follow-up. Pablo by themselves, but Aqua waiting in the wings will at least keep this on the... Oh, wait. Maybe not keep it on the Grupo half. That one a little bit lackluster of a touch, and now a chance for Grupo to capitalize. Shot on target, and Stizzy will give the lead back to Grupo Terricola.
Yeah, great stuff overall out of them. My goodness, what a goal. Man, 2-1 now, and that's exactly what you need.
I have nothing but absolute praise for the series right now. Bro, this is everything we could have been hoping for, my friend. It is a back and forth that has been absolutely legendary. Unfortunately for Northway, they'd probably like this a little bit more in their favor, but hey, with a minute remaining, they do technically have a chance, and actually, they've got a 2v1 right now. Aqua gets the bump shot on target, but stopped by Rubik's. The save in front of the net, and the savior will pop up once again, but it's not going to be enough to seal the deal here. 50 seconds left, in Northway still pressing, still trying to look for that goal, but Stizzy also looking for the dagger, and we'll find it. Bottom left corner from a beautiful touch in the air. 45 seconds left in Rome. I think that's going to secure for Grupo.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be a massive advantage, man. Exactly what you need to see out of this squad, and now it's just all about keeping it up and holding, man. You just got to hold and keep playing your game, because right now that's exactly what they're doing, and it's paying off extreme dividends for them.
This has been a fantastic back and forth here, and Grupo really making the necessary adjustments in between games to keep themselves in this series. At minimum, we get to see what is not going to be a sweep here. 25 seconds left, and Grupo have secured themselves at least one game in their favor. But now it's all eyes on Northway. For a team that found so much success on offense in their first game, kind of crazy to see how few shots they've even had total in this game. So let's see if they can try and change that one up. They need to get some more offense together here going into game number 3. But game number 2, all but set in stone. Clock ticking down here. Can we see one more goal? No such luck. This one will drop, and Grupo Terricola will take the victory, evening out the series in Rome. This is everything we could hope for, my friend. I've got nothing but excitement in my heart to see what happens in this series.
Oh, yeah, big time. You know, the fact that we're sitting here expecting another high-scoring matchup between two amazing offenses to get a game that goes 3-1, that wasn't what I was expecting, man. But, you know, even a low-scoring game like that can be oh so exciting to watch how it was, man. I definitely enjoyed myself so much watching that.
And as we look back upon these replays brought to you by Microsoft ATL, we're going to see exactly how this was able to be such a close game. It was halfway through the game before we saw even our first goal here, Rome. This was such a tense back and forth, but the minute that the floodgates opened, they really opened. My oh my, did Grupo Terricola show up and get ready to play. This was a freaking incredible back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, an amazing back and forth between two juggernauts. I don't know if we could say Grupo Terricola is a juggernaut already, but they're definitely playing like it. You know, able to take a map off of Pablo and Aqua. That is definitely easier said than done, because this squad, they have been there, done that, and right now, man, Grupo Terricola, this is back to a best of 3 bracket. You know, it's 1-1 and anything can happen, and we're going to see exactly what's going to happen right here in this game, man. I'm excited because we're going to hop right into it.
Game number 3 underway, and a little bit, I guess, you know what? A little bit foolish for us here, Rome. We were thinking we'd be able to avoid the best of 3 scenario. Apparently not. It's inevitable we get back to here no matter what. So here we are in game 3 in what is basically a best of 3 from here on out. But can we see the same trend as before? Is one of these two teams going to take 2 in a row? It could be Northway if they start off on the right foot here, but a great interception from Rubix will stop it for now. Pablo goes up for the follow-up, though, has a flip reset. Doesn't really do much with it, but gets a second one. You've got to be kidding me. Pablo with the double flip reset to set up his teammate. There is no way.
Yeah, and when you're talking about 1-1 grand finals, those kind of plays are the ones that you got to pull out, putting their name on this tournament with plays like that, man. Pablo into Aqua, great teamwork out of them right there, knowing that he could go for that double flip reset. Absolutely incredible. Crazy plays, crazy mechanics. You love to see it. 1-0 advantage, and well-deserved for Northway.
Fantastic stuff here out of Northway. They really have started off game 3 with an absolute exclamation point. They are recognizing that it is time for them to show everything that they've got, and they're playing exactly like that. A minute into this one, and let's see if they can find a second. Oh! Off the backboard, no such luck, just a little bit off, and oh my word, Grupo, they're starting to tug on our heartstrings a little bit here. This is getting, I'd say, too close for comfort for, if not only Northway, but for myself. I don't know how much more my heart can take of this one, Rome. Like, again, another on-the-line save.
Yeah, Rubix this time coming across, not letting that one go through. And man, this Northway squad, they are looking clean, man. You saw Aqua almost hit the no-look. Almost hit the no-look redirect, man. Those plays are so amazing, just knowing where you are on the map, where the goal's going to be, and, man, that's just exactly what you want to see. You love the top-tier gameplay coming out of these two squads right now. 1-0 advantage, though, and right now, Stizzy doing what he can, man. He's trying to keep this thing in the enemy side, and it's just going to be so hard because, man, Pablo has just done a great job this entire game of just keeping it out of there. But as I say that, Stizzy gonna be able to get past him and score that goal and tie this bad boy up 1-1. 1-1 in the series, 1-1 in the game.
Oh boy, Pablo, that was not the touch you were looking for, my friend. In that instance, you kind of just want to let the ball pop off your car. You don't want to jump at all, because if you jump, that means that the ball is going to throw momentum into you in an awkward angle, and unfortunately, they learned that the hard way. Grupo Terricola will tie this one up, and maybe even take the lead here. They got another offense building, but Pablo says no. He will take this the other way. Good touch out of the corner, trying to set up his teammate. Gets it off the backboard, but Aqua plays a little bit passive. Does not want to dive on that one, and it may come back to bite them. An opportunity gone awry here as Northway will have to try and restart their offense once again. Aqua, though, going to do so pretty confidently. Stissy, though, gets in the way. Won't even allow it to happen. Now a chance for Grupo Terricola to take the lead back in their favor here. Half the game gone, and both teams really showing that they're throwing everything at this one. But Aqua trying to show he can throw something into the back of the net. No such luck. Rubix again, that savior so far here today. As much as Stizzy has been the offensive powerhouse for Grupo Terricola, the defense from Rubix here, just, I have nothing but compliments. Seriously. Fantastic on the line work, and they have kept out so many goals that any other team would have let in without a second thought.
Oh yeah, big time. Rubix is not letting anything slide, not letting anything pass whatsoever. He's saying, you know what? I know what Stizzy's capable of. As long as I keep this ball out of our goal, Stizzy's going to give us a chance to win, just because he is so talented on that offensive side. And right there, Pablo going to be getting a free goal. Not exactly sure what happened with Rubix right there, man. But 2-1, that is just absolutely massive stuff, man. Oh, man, you saw I got a little bit distracted there. And, man, Pablo just going to be walking that one right on in.
Oh, Sizzy gets completely chased down. I can't really blame him for panicking and trying to get around that. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. Every once in a while, that defensive play of just physicality is how you separate the two teams. Something we haven't seen necessarily a lot of here is taking advantage of that physicality. But speaking of which, we get two physical plays in a row. First one in favor of Northway, second one in favor of Grupo. Fantastic recovery here out of Stizzy to just get in the way of Aqua, not allow them to save. And we're all tied up again with 90 seconds left. And I'm going to cross my fingers. Please let it stay this way. I want to see an overtime.
Yeah, we might see an overtime, and that would definitely be exciting because it would be the first one. Not only is it overtime, but it's 1-1 in the series. So, oh man, just like that, Aqua gonna be ruining your dreams, as that one is gonna send them up 3-2. A very quick answer to that goal from Rubix, as Aqua gonna be flipping it right over those two cars, man, putting that bad boy right in the back of the net. 3-2 advantage now for Northway. They're feeling very good. Now they're gonna be going back to that shell defense, I would assume. I don't expect them to have a whole lot of aggression, especially against the squad Grupo. Man, you've seen what they're able to do. You do not want to let Stizzy have any opportunities to score whatsoever.
Yeah, you really don't want to give them even a chance here, because with 70 seconds left, all they need is that singular chance. And hey, I'll be heartbroken if we don't get an overtime, but I'll be even more heartbroken for Northway if they give up this lead with only 60 seconds remaining, and I think they just might. Shot off target, though, and it's not going to matter. A huge opportunity for Grupo Terricola to take the tie again, but instead, Aqua going to play this smart, baits out the defense there, does not want to even allow them in offense altogether. He's playing this one patiently, and it could work out, but Northway actually getting a little bit dusted here. The speed in favor of Grupo, but no one's there for the follow-up. Rubix gets a great stop in front of the net, but Stizzy is not prepared for it, but he is prepared for that one. Gets some interference, and we are all tied back up with only 30 seconds left.
Yeah, and Rubix right now, he said, you know what, Stizzy isn't the only one that can put it in the net. As man, Rubix is showing out in this third game, of this series. And man, 30 seconds remaining. We got ourselves a tie game. Your dream might come true after all.
I gotta hope so, but first, Northway have got to hold on here, because here comes the offense again. The physical play that we had been talking about comes prevalent as another demo happens, and now Aqua, little boost in the tank, just has to dive at that in hopes of making a stop, but Pablo does instead, and now, actually, chance out of midfield. Stizzy gets demoed, so there's time and space here. Can something develop? Aqua gonna try and follow up his own touch, but can't quite find a clear shot, and this one should hit the ground. Overtime, finally, overtime brought to you by HyperX, I have to add here, and it's an overtime that will be legendary because it sets the tone for the rest of the series. Winner of this one will take the lead, and not only take the lead, they'll put themselves on series point, and they almost do that already. Grupo Terricola coming within inches of finishing this one already.
Yeah, and right now you can have no mistakes on the defensive end. Oh my goodness, this is actually going to come down to so many small mechanical errors, and just like that, Rubix able to have an amazing play by himself yet again. My goodness, with the help of Pablo. Sadly, Pablo left it right off the backboard for him, and Rubix came flying through. Secured that one pretty easily, man.
I would say so. When you get an assist out of the other team, that's a pretty easy way to score yourself a goal there. And unfortunately, Rome, that's usually how it comes down to when you are at this high of a level of Rocket League. There are two ways that it ends. Either A, you get an insane goal that just kind of pops off out of nowhere, just incredible, or B, you get a defensive error. And, well, that's what we saw in that one. Northway, unfortunately, couldn't quite handle the defense there, and that's what happens, is that it really is one of these things where if you make a crucial error like that in an overtime this tense, the other team's going to capitalize. You're at too high of a level of Rocket League for issues like that to not go punished, and as we look back upon these replays powered by Microsoft ATL, you're going to see exactly where that crucial error came back to bite them, because that's the thing. Aside from that one error, this was a pretty even game overall, Rome.
Oh, yeah, it was a very close game. I'll say these two teams are in the finals and here for a reason, big time. Like, if you look at this matchup, like you said, we've seen these squads before, aside from Grupo Terricola. You know, we've seen these players before, We've seen how they've performed in the past. They are very, very good. Pablo and Aqua are. So, you know, now it's going to be all about how they're going to be able to have their backs against the wall and how they're going to perform in that scenario, because this squad with Stizzy, they're looking very, very good. Stizzy didn't even have to do anything that game for Grupo. He just had to play consistent defense, playing consistently, helping his team out. And, we're going to see how this is going to work out right now. Game number 4. And right now, Grupo Terricola is currently up 2-1, man. Let's see how it's going to go down.
It's going to be an interesting one, Rome. I'm going to put a little bit of a bet on the line here, just sort of risk my caster knowledge for this one. I think this is the last game we see. Northway have thrown everything at their opponents here, and if they can't get it done with what they had shown previously, oh boy, I was going to say, I don't know if they can get it done overall, but hey, there's something we haven't seen. Pablo with the solo air dribble bumping. That is a heck of a way to get yourself into game number 4.
Yeah, and Rubik's, he's had some amazing defense, but not able to hit that one right there and get that one out. I wish that he's probably going to wish that he had that one back, but he's going to be coming back for a vengeance. And oh my goodness, you cannot have even small mistakes like that. My goodness, Stizzy going to be coming right back, though. Trying to do something, is able to slip by, but not able to capitalize on it. It's a little bit off target there. Man, we're already seeing some amazing plays coming out in this game 4.
Yeah, this has been awesome. I'm loving how much the series really has delivered. We hyped it up the entire night about how this grand final was going to be an absolute banger, and oh my, has it ever been. We are 30 seconds into this one, and Northway have held on to their lead for now, but we know that Grupo Terricola are a team that actually can play from behind. Everybody else has struggled with the comeback, but they have not, and they do not struggle to start finding some shots here in Game 4. Stizzy with a flip reset that doesn't find the back of the net, but at least gets the defense a little bit frazzled, and frazzled enough to open up the net. Even that with a minute gone here, and we are back to another back and forth game.
Yeah, and you see just like that, able to get that nice goal in and, doing what he does, Stizzy. Just an amazing player all around, making a name for himself, goal by goal, play by play, situation by situation. But, I will say none of it would be possible unless he had Rubik's back there doing what he does for him. And, teamwork makes the dream work. They love to say is both of these players are going to be, all of these players, are going to be in there jockeying for position right now. It looks like it is going to be on the side of Northway. The Stizzy going to be trying to make some type of play, maybe going to be setting up Rubik's right here. But no, that's not going to happen. Stizzy now going to need to get back instead. Going to go for that aggression, trying to punch the ball in. Rubik's coming in with that help. Not going to be leaving his man out to dry. Just like that. It's going to be back to a stalemate situation. This squad trying to score a nice goal in the top corner, not able to make it happen, though, as my goodness, it is close as can be, and just like that, the ball not able to go all the way through. My goodness, Aqua with the tiptoe save. What a play by Aqua as they are able to clear this one out yet again. 1-1. My goodness, is it going to go in off the bench? No. Oh my goodness, the plays that we're seeing, these are so close to going in, but Northway is able to hold off and keep it 1-1.
I can't believe this. Northway, for a team that we've been so incredibly complimentary of their offense alone, finally showing that defensive prowess we have been waiting for. Getting those on-the-line saves, and not only getting on-the-line saves, but getting saves that actually turn into clears. They keep themselves in safety by not allowing a follow-up shot that easily, and I've got nothing but compliments for the team because of that. Unfortunately, though, compliments alone are not going to lead them to a victory. It is still a tied game with about halfway through. And the question is, can they actually even find an offense overall? Because my, oh my, Grupo Terricola continue to press the issue and do so for a reason. Just over 2 minutes remaining, and they find themselves their second goal.
Yeah, Stizzy off the backboard, gonna be securing that one. And man, Stizzy is looking right back to form. He said, hey, look, you can forget about me for a couple games, but I'm gonna do what I do best. And right there, able to get a couple of goals already. And man, if you're Northway, you got to be thinking, we got to win this outright. We do not want to go to overtime with this squad because Grupo has shown so much poise, so much consistency that I'm not sure that this Northway squad is going to be able to hang on with them. Northway, they have the capabilities of scoring at any time so quickly. Oh, my goodness, and also playing amazing defense, as we saw right there. My goodness, Pablo able to save the day right there because you cannot go down to 3-1 right here against this Grupo Terricola squad. They are looking absolutely incredible. Their defense has been amazing in these last couple of games, being able to win them. And man, I am just super stoked for what Northway is going to have to do in this last minute 30 seconds if they are going to want to at least tie this up.
They're going to have to try and pull out something that we have not seen before because they have thrown everything at their opponents. but have not shown us that. Stizzy with the full, what is that? Is it a musty flick to a double touch off the ground? What?
Yeah. By any means necessary at that point, Stizzy making it happen. And man, 1 minute 20 seconds left. Now if you're Stizzy, you're just going to be playing amazing defense. You're going to say, look, I can put that ball into the hole, but now I'm going to keep it out. And just like that, Rubik's going to be getting a nice save. Rubik's coming right back across, making sure that it's completely out of that area. Stizzy, though, might have a little bit of an open goal situation, not able to guide it in, though, by his lonesome. Rubik's going to be here to help secure it on this side. But that's not really going to matter as, man, Rubik's is playing some amazing get-back defense. I thought that one might have slipped over his head, but no, and that one goes off the crossbar. Now it's going to be an open play, and this might be a 4th goal. Yes, it is. Just like that, Grupo Terricola going to be going up 4-1, and man, what an amazing defensive play to bring that right out to Stizzy to let him guide that one in.
GG's well played. Grupo Terricola have impressed me in too many ways for me to doubt them again. Northway put on a heck of a show here, but the reality was Grupo stepped up when it counted. They found that rotation they were lacking in game 1, and since then have been absolutely phenomenal. What an impressive day. Okay, all right, come on, guys. You can't have me complimenting you like that and then own goal. That's not fair. What? Like, come on.
Yeah, that one was definitely rough. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, there's no really excuse for that. Maybe he misread how it was going to be bouncing when it was way up in the sky going off the ceiling and all that jazz. But who knows, man? 30 seconds now. We've seen crazier.
I mean, we've seen some crazy things before. It is technically still possible, but Northway need to find something absolutely spectacular. They need a goal that not only gets them a goal in favor, but that sets the tone for the team. That might be the one. 11 seconds left. Bro, this is possible.
Yeah, definitely possible. 11 seconds left. We've seen a lot of fast goals, but this one is going to have to come immediately with this squad in Grupo Terricola. They're going to play this completely defensive. They just want to make sure that there isn't a goal scored. 10 seconds left now, and every second matters. And now Grupo Terricola, they might even be going for another goal. They're just going to push it back that way. All they need to do is secure the win, and just like that, it is going to be over. Grupo Terricola winning this 4th set 4-3. Amazing stuff coming out of them.
Fantastic game all around and fantastic series all around from your winners of the Atlanta Community Open Qualifier number 1 for October. Congratulations to Grupo Terricola once again. I have nothing but compliments for this team. For a team that we were a little bit unsure if they'd be able to handle the pressure of Northway, my oh my, did they step up. And more specifically, my oh my, did Rubik step up. As much as I'd love to give my MVP of this match to Sizzy, I've got to give it to Rubik's, because for a player that came out the gates and was a little bit shaky, to recover like that and then not only become a phenomenal player, but an integral one to both the offense and defense both. MVP caliber, MVP status, MVP for the day. Fantastic play from Grupo Terricola.
Oh, yeah, big time. You know, finals MVP can only go to one person. Doesn't matter how you do in the rest of the bracket. Only thing that matters is how you do in the grand finals. And right there, Rubik's, he was going off, doing exactly what we needed. We talked about his defensive prowess, but he was able to show his offensive prowess, as I'm sure we're going to see here in these replays from this incredible series that we just witnessed.
Fantastic series all around. Once again, shout out to Microsoft ATL for providing us these replays here today and for being able to show us goals like that. Pablo started off with a flick out of nowhere, and then the defense started to develop. We really saw such a battle here, and one thing is for certain, no matter what, Grupo is definitely the winner here today. They fought tooth and nail to get through, absolutely deserved this win. And hey, Northway, now it's giving you guys a little bit of pressure to try and show up at the end of the month and really dazzle us. You walk home with $50 here today, so you do not walk home empty-handed. But my oh my, would you like that $350 prize at the end of the month? We're going to have to see what happens there at the end of the month, though. But as we watch back in these replays, we can see what happened here today. Fantastic goals all around, fantastic offense from both teams, and a fantastic way to close out this qualifier number 1.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful gameplay all the way down to the wire specifically, man. So many close calls honestly during this final series, and man, it was just a pleasure to cast them. Honestly, man, every single one was so hyped, so many amazing plays, man. Just the mechanics out of these players is just absolutely incredible, man. I'm amazed by it every single time that I watch it. And hey, Stizzy, Rubik's, they're coming on the scene. And hey, if you guys are watching right now, if you're a competitor out there, if you're looking at this squad saying, oh man, we can take them down, hey, don't be so confident, man. This squad is looking very, very good. And to be able to come back the way that they did, even in the finals, winning 3 games in a row, that's absolutely massive for their confidence going into the main event, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, this is going to be an incredible tournament. And guess what? The tournament's not over. We've got this week finished up, and we've got 2 other qualifiers, including next week. Same time, same place. October 14th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. It is going to be $175 once again, $125 to the top team, $50 to the team in second. And again, 3 more spots on the line for that grand final at the end of the month. And that grand final, $500 on the line, $350 to first place, $100 to second, and $50 to third. There's a lot on the line here, Rome. There's a lot of good Rocket League to be had, and my, oh my, what a way to kick off the month. We had an absolute barn burner to finish it off, an absolutely incredible day of Rocket League, and my friend, what a pleasure to be able to do it with you as well. Again, for someone who said that they're just getting into Rocket League, what do you think now that you've had the ability to, watch some high-level Rocket League?
Man, first tournament that I've ever casted for Rocket League. Gotta say, it was absolutely a blast, man. We had some incredible plays. Glad that I got to be on the call with you for them. It was just an absolute blast, man. Glad to be here for sure, and I hope to be back. Hopefully back as soon as possible, man. This was absolutely incredible.
Hopefully we can get you back in the booth here, Rome. Thank you again so much for everything that you did here today. And again, thank you everybody at home for everything that you have done here for the Atlanta Community Open. Again, shout outs to both HyperX, Microsoft ATL, Skillshot, and CMG for all their help here, as well as our producers behind the scenes who have helped us out here today. And thank you guys for watching and sticking with us. That is all for the Atlanta Community Open for this first qualifier of October. We are going to see you guys next week, same place, same time, 6 Eastern, for another 175 qualifier. Thank you again for watching. We will talk to you next time. Have a great rest of your night.